Welcome to the Undisputed podcast. I'm your host, Jenny Taft. This podcast is the full show from today's episode of Undisputed from start to finish. We've got a busy slate, so skip Shannon. Let's get to it. Welcome to Undisputed. We are live from Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe. How are we doing, guys?
Hi, Jenny. How are you?
Good.
I'm doing real good.
Are you? You know
Yeah,
what?
looking at this schedule.
You know what? These schedules should be sponsored by Diet Dew because I see Shannon Sharpe L's all up and down these schedules.
Okay.
Everywhere. I see cases everywhere. Case after case after. This could be like a 12-case schedule.
What's the old saying, Skip?
Yeah.
Don't drink the dew before you get it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I know, but I already got so much that I don't have to worry about what I'm going to get. I've already got it.
I'm going to get all what I lost in 16, 17, and 18 back in
Really?
19.
In 19?
Yep.
After
One
I'm
fell
swimming in Diet Dew up in Bel Air? Got a bit.
Full ado. We're going to get to that. We have a lot to talk about today, like this. Why did Steve Kerr call out Kevin Durant? And does anyone want to be the Lakers' next coach?
Shannon.
Maybe this guy, but we are going to start in the NFL. Last night, these schedules were released for every team. So let's start with the Cowboys. The defending NFC East champions open the season September 8th against the Giants on Fox. Dallas also has road games at New Orleans, New England, and Chicago this season, so it won't be easy. And Shannon, I get to start with you. How many games will the Cowboys win?
If I had the courage of my conviction, you know what I say. I said it'd be a 500 ball club. But I'm going to do what we want better. I'm going to give them 9 wins. I think the end of the season is very tough because they have 4 of the last 6. They're at New England, at Chicago, Rams at home, at Philly. So they better give themselves some cushion. And Skip, when we make these prognostications in April, we're assuming no one's going to get hurt. And everything's going to play out like we think it's going to.
I agree. Usually by January 1st, you look back and say, what were we thinking? So much can happen.
And what happens?
Okay.
You've covered this game for 40 years. I've played it for a number of years. Someone on this schedule, you're like, they're going to be terrible, and they're going to be really good.
They might draft an impact rookie. They might make a draft night blockbuster trade.
And somebody that we think is going to be really good is going to be really bad.
I give you that. But right here, right now.
9 wins.
Okay.
And you're not winning the division. That's for sure. For 100% for certain. That's not going to happen. So,
Interesting.
I don't
know, all I got to say about this Cowboy schedule is, how about that Cowboy schedule? Because I took one glance at it last night. First glance, I said, this is relatively easy.
Okay.
Seriously, I think you did too. I could see it in your face.
I got you guys, you open the season again against the Giants.
Again,
with
we win
Eli.
again.
Yes, exactly.
Again, then we go to the Redskins, and again, we're going to win at the Redskins.
And Miami's going to be
Dolphins,
terrible again.
I got an L at New Orleans. I'm going to give you an L
And
there.
you got an L at home in Green Bay.
No way.
Oh, yes.
Dak always outplays Aaron Rodgers.
And he always takes that
Aaron
L.
Rodgers is on the hot seat this year. I think they're going to be struggling with the new young coach. We got that one. We got that one.
And you guys
At Jets, I know the Jets will be a little better, but we got that one. And then the Eagles in Dallas, you know what happens. Dak happens. 243 yards passing in the fourth quarter and overtime happens. Well, it's going to happen again. We will win that game. Then at the Giants on a Monday night, I don't know. I kind of like our chances.
I got y'all.
Jenny's Vikings. Guess who the quarterback is? It's Kirk Cousins, who was
Kirk.
Wait. Kirk Cousins against Dallas was 1-6 when he was a Redskin, and 0-4 against Dak Prescott. He will be 0-5 against Dak Prescott. And then we get all the way to at Detroit, a little bit of a dicey game.
Loss.
Nope, they're going to win that game.
You know Matt Stafford does to you guys.
I just, you know what? I'm seeing 9-1 to start this year.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
then I give you, it's a tough finish, and they end up having to go to the Patriots, but they got Buffalo on Thanksgiving. Usually it's a hard game on Thanksgiving. We got Measly Beasley's return, right?
Oh, he going to be telling all y'all plays on offense.
We're scared to death. And then I give you at Chicago, I'm going to give that an L. Rams at home. This is a revenge game for us. We will win that game. We should have won the game at the Coliseum.
No, you should not have.
And then at Philly, I'm going to give you an L. I'm going to give you an L.
We sweep
so,
you guys.
Redskins at home, we finish off with a big win to go 12-4. 12-4 says me about my Cowboys.
First of all, Skip, you're not going 12-4. Second of all, can I get 2 cases of do that you don't start the season 9-1?
No. But I'm just saying, right here, right now, that's my gut feeling.
Okay.
I'll do that. The Cowboys have a better record than the Eagles for 3 cases right now.
We already got that
Okay.
big.
Well, how many is it? I'm
got
upping it.
Was
it just 2?
It was 2.
Okay,
So
I'm
you wanna
going to
add-
3.
you
Yeah,
wanna-
I'm going to
okay.
3
Okay.
because I'm looking at the Eagles' schedule just quickly here. Do you realize they're the only team in the NFL who has to go away 3 straight games? And look at the aways. They have to go to Minnesota, to Dallas, and then to Buffalo. But still, 3 straight away games is not easy. Then they get to come home and play the Bears and the Patriots. You love that? Because I don't love that.
Hey, have you seen the Dallas Cowboys? They're the only team in the NFL that doesn't play back-to-back home games. Home, away, home, away, home, away, away.
I love my team away. I just love it away.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I'm
you
good.
love it. Okay. 9-7.
9-7.
Yep.
I got 12-4, and
Skip,
I got the Eagles. You know, maybe they could go 9-7. You're going to get routed in this one on the division, or was it about just don't make the? I thought it was a don't make the playoffs.
We got that too. Hold on. What did Vegas say? Vegas got y'all at
care what
8.5
Vegas
wins.
said.
Oh, you don't listen. Oh, you don't like Vegas now?
We are going to obliterate the over/under. If I'm a Dallas Cowboy bettor, and there
Seriously?
are billions of those, I'm betting billions on that.
Yeah, and they sleeping on the sidewalk now
Right, I'm
because they've
gonna
been
remind
betting on
you
the Cowboys
quickly
and they've been
again.
losing.
This will be the first time around that Amari gets a whole offseason to
Okay,
get even
and-
more comfortable with the offense than Dak Prescott. Am I right?
Yeah.
Randall Cobb is now a Dallas Cowboy. Is he not an upgrade over Cole Beasley? I'll take him. Robert Quinn, he's not going to hurt. George Iloka won't hurt on defense. And Travis Frederick comes back as an all-pro center. We have added that along with the Hall of Fame tight end Jason Witten is back.
Stop
for
it.
leadership and blocking only. Okay?
No, blocking. So that's what a tight end
Yeah,
is.
that's what I'm saying. But I got it. Did we not win the division and get better?
No.
We got better.
You
You were so
First
afraid
of all,
this.
The biggest upgrade in the division happened in Philly when a healthy Carson Wentz comes back.
Oh, and we're talking about the Carson Wentz, who will be held to Super Bowl MVP standards by the Eagles crowd on a Sunday basis, where every Sunday they're going to be saying, show us,
And
Nick
guess
Foles,
what?
show
Dak
us.
Prescott's going to be held to a standard of $30+ million a year. He's going to be held to that standard. How you like that? Can he handle that? Can he get paid like Aaron Rodgers?
Jenny, I'm
What is that?
sniffing Super Bowl here. I'm sniffing it. I can just sniff it. I smell it.
That's somebody
all the way
burning
in here.
tires outside. That's the only thing you smell, burning rubber.
Doesn't smell good.
Good feeling.
Skip, you're not going to the Super Bowl. You're not going to be 12-4.
12
So
and
get
4.
that thought out your head.
I got it in my head.
No,
I
you're
love
not.
it.
It's not going to
I
happen.
love this. I do. There have been many years I've looked at their schedule and I'm like, like Murderer's Row of games. It gets harder and harder. This one gets easy.
You know what,
This was
Skip?
different.
Guess what? I'm going to turn the schedule over. I just look at them. They're the Cowboys. You already know what they do. They buck every year.
Oh, you mean the team that won the Division II of the last 3 years? Huh. Wow.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Not happening this year, Philly.
All you got on your side is history says up and down, up and down, up and down. History says Jason Garrett will give you one and take one,
Yes,
right?
yes.
This year he's going to give you 2 in a row.
Nope, that's not going to happen,
Okay.
Skip.
Put
I'm
your
sorry.
schedule back right side up.
Okay.
Because we got to move on and
Okay.
talk about the most talked about team
They
of
are.
the offseason. That was the Browns. Baker Mayfield, Odell Beckham, and company have 4 primetime games this year. Why is that so shocking? Well, here's the thing. The Browns had just 11 primetime games in the last 10 years, which was the fewest in the NFL. They opened the season against the Titans. So, Shannon, how many games will the Browns win?
With 11 games they had in prime time, 11 too many. A lot of those were Thursday night games, Skip, and everybody has to play at least one of those.
tough.
Yeah.
You know what, Skip? I looked at their schedule. Their schedule is not easy at all. But I have confidence in old Bake. You know, old Baker. He'll be in that old kitchens. Him and old Freddie serving up something. They serve up 9 wins and they win the division.
Are you talking about the Baker Mayfield you did not love before the draft? The guy you said was like the 4th best quarterback?
I didn't say before, I said 2. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, Skip.
Well, it's funny how you come completely around to my side on almost
Whoa,
every
whoa,
topic
whoa,
on this
whoa,
show.
whoa.
Go ahead.
Your side, you got the Steelers winning the division. You said the Steelers going to have more wins than the Browns.
I
So-
did, and I'm sticking
Okay.
right with it after I saw these schedules.
Man.
I think you're starting to back off.
No. I'm looking. They should win at Tennessee. The Jets will be tough. But if the Browns are who we think they are, Skip, they're gonna have to probably go 4-2 in the first half, 3 home, 3 away, at Jets, at Baltimore, at San Francisco. How good is Jimmy Garoppolo? You know, Seattle's not going to be easy, even though it's at home. I'm going to say they're 9-7 and they win the division.
I love me some Baker Mayfield. I've never said I was a big Cleveland Browns fan, and I'm no Freddie Kitchens fan yet. I don't have anything against him. I just know I don't have anything for him yet.
That's a shame.
Because I'm not sure about a guy who's never even remotely been a head coach at any level, who was only a coordinator for half of last year.
Got to start somewhere.
Okay, well, I don't love what he's going to start with because it's the Luke Walton factor of you're being handed one of it's probably the toughest team to coach in the National Football League because you've thrown in all these bombshell personalities and it could go one way or it could go south, right?
Yes.
So here's what I'm going to predict, and I hope I'm wrong about this. I say the Browns, with all the expectations, just crushing them, will lose their opener at home to the Tennessee Titans.
What?
Remember what the Titans did to my Cowboys on a fateful Monday
Your
night
Cowboys
last
weren't
year,
that good,
28-14, and that was Amari's first game with the Dallas Cowboys. So Odell's first game where they're not quite on the same page. I say Mike Vrabel and that defense goes in there and does a number on Freddie Kitchens' offense, and they get off to a bad start. And I think they're going to have a rocky first half of the year because they got the Rams, and that's a big night game, and then they got to go to Baltimore, and you said San Francisco. I think they could lose that game at San Francisco, and they're definitely going to lose to Tom Brady in New England, so I got them starting 3-5.
Oh, that's a definite loss.
Then Kareem Hunt. Oh, to Tom Brady? Are you kidding me? He'll be better at 42 than he was at 41. He's Benjamin Buttons. He's going the other way. So here we go down the stretch. I think as they add Kareem Hunt to the mix, it'll give them a big boost. Shot of energy, and I think they're going to finish 6-2 to go 9-7. They could be a 10-6 team. I'm trying to talk myself into it, but I thought 9-7 before the year, and the schedule screams 9-7 to me.
And you look at Skip at the back end. 5 of their last 7 is division games. Pittsburgh twice, Cincinnati twice, Baltimore.
All right.
That's not easy.
Okay.
So they have to get off to a fast start because
I just said they're going 3-5, so they might even be worse than 9-7.
If they get off to a 3-5, they will definitely be worse than 9-7.
No, I think they're going to heat up down the stretch and win I think they can win these games.
No. Because here's the thing, this is how division works. No matter how bad you think a team is, there are a division opponent. They will inflict pain on you.
Yep.
And if they see you're going well, they're like, well, we're not going anywhere. Misery loves company.
Okay.
Let's see what we can do to Cleveland, see if we can take our pound of flesh out of them and make sure they don't go anywhere.
All right. So here's my also early opening day, or is it opening night? It's opening Sunday night prediction.
Okay.
I say the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be the shock team of the year this year. They're going to be the most motivated NFL team by far. And I think they're going to come out swinging. I think they're going to go to New England and upset the Patriots.
Can I get some dew on that?
Well, maybe. I got to see how that shapes up before that game. I just might bet on it. Because remember what Kansas City did to New England?
But they don't possess that kind of firepower.
Well, that was Alex Smith did it to them.
But they don't have a Tyreek Hill. Because remember, they got rid of AB, Skip.
So let's see. They got Juju, and they added Dante Moncrief to that mix, and they also have James Washington and Ryan Switzer and Eli Rogers and Vance McDonald. And that guy, James Conner, he's not bad. Maybe he's not Le'Veon quite, but did you see what Jalen Samuels did to the Patriots last year? Remember he went for 142?
Hold on.
Interesting.
Juju is a good receiver. But we're going to find out, it remains to be seen how well he can play as the number one when he gets all the attention. James Conner had an unbelievable season, but he's not Le'Veon. So, with that being said, they're not going on the road. First of all, they barely ever beat the Patriots anyway, let alone in New England.
It's exactly why I think they're going to get them this time. I think they're going to be the surprise. You're going to have to eat those words all year long.
Pass win by 14.
Okay, we'll see about that. But again, we might have several cases on that one because I got an early strong feeling about the Steelers going 13-3, and they'll just run off with this division. Run off.
First of all, they couldn't go 13-3 when everything was perfect. AB wasn't complaining. Le'Veon was
gone.
Yes.
Gone.
Clear decks.
But my point is,
and those guys are taking so many shots, they're just fueling the fire. I told you, Ben Roethlisberger is my early candidate for MVP.
It's not going to happen.
Okay, just watch.
When was the last time they were 13-3? Even before Le'Veon became Le'Veon, even before AB became AB.
They're gone.
They're gone. But they weren't always complaining. They wasn't. Well, Le'Veon.
I'm just telling you
I don't
what
think
I
Le'Veon
see.
caused the problem, but that's neither here nor there. He's gone. I give you that. But they're not going. They're not going 13-3. They won't even win 11 games.
Just remember,
we'll have to see
you
about
heard it
that.
here first.
No.
I won't forget.
Oh, thank you.
I won't forget. And I saved the best for last.
Yep.
We got to talk about the GOAT, Tom Brady.
The GOAT?
The defending
No
Super
GOAT.
Bowl champions. They open the season on Sunday Night Football against the Steelers, but the first 8 games of the Patriots season are against teams that missed the playoffs last year. Their November and December schedule is pretty tough, including games against the Chiefs, Eagles, and skips Cowboys. So, Shannon, how many games will the Patriots win?
Vegas has the over-under at 11. I'm going
Correct.
over, way over.
Way over?
I'm
Really?
going 13.
Really?
Maybe
so you've
even
seen the
13.
light.
What I saw was the schedule.
Wait a second. They got a broken down, fading, aged quarterback in Tom Brady.
And Miami
they're going to win 13 games.
And Miami doesn't have a quarterback.
Oh.
And Washington doesn't have a quarterback. And the Jets have the second year. Buffalo has a second-year quarterback. The Giants have an old quarterback that's younger than Tom Brady, but that's older than Tom Brady. Cleveland, okay. Baltimore, Bill Belichick is not going to let a running quarterback that's not proficient at throwing the football beat him.
Okay.
So, no, 13-3. I can see them losing. They have a nice little stretch here where they got Philly, could lose that one, beat Dallas, lose to Houston, lose to Kansas City. So I got them 13-3. At worst, 14-2 in best case scenario.
At worst, 14-2?
No, at worst, 13-3.
Okay.
Best case scenario,
Okay.
14-2.
14-2.
So you just predicted that the Patriots will have home field advantage throughout the playoffs? Is that what I just heard?
No, I didn't predict that.
Yeah, you did.
Because I don't know what Kansas City's going to
Oh.
do. I don't know what San Diego's going to do. We're not talking about them.
Do you think Kansas City's going to go
Talking about the
14-2?
Skip, you asked
They're
me.
not.
Yeah.
They're not.
You asked me, Jenny said, what do I think the Patriots record going to be?
I think Shannon Sharpe just predicted New England's going back to the Super Bowl again.
I predicted
with 2 home games to get to the Super Bowl.
13-3
Right?
at the worst. At the
13-3.
worst,
Huh.
14-2
Really?
best case scenario.
So I also wrote down, you can see right here, Jenny, 13-3.
Wow.
And I'm actually being arch conservative there because it well could be 14-2 or maybe even 15-1 because this is pretty much a cakewalk schedule. But I already told you, I've got the Steelers going in on opening night and actually giving them just what the doctor ordered for this team, a loss to start the season, and here they come. Because what is game 2? Where does it say they have to go?
Miami.
Get to go, actually, to Miami. What is their late season demon usually? It's
What they
at
got-
Miami when
is.
they have to leave the cold and go down to the sweaty heat,
Yep.
right?
And the schedule makers, what did they do? They flipped it.
They
now,
flipped it.
They go down to Miami.
So now you get to sweat through training camp and through opening night, and then you get to be all sweated up when you go down to Miami, and it won't be any culture shock, climate shock, right?
And you bring Miami to you in January.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really, Skip?
Roles
So
are reversed.
they got this.
You
They
know
got
what?
This.
This
This
is
is pretty easy. I got them losing at Baltimore, but I'm even shaking. They could win that game. I got them losing at Houston to Deshaun.
At Philly. You act like you didn't see him play in Philly and walk into him. You see that's on their schedule.
I said it was a cakewalk, and I included that in the cakewalk.
Okay.
You're going to be so hurt this year with Wentz, W-I-N-C-E. 'cause
You're going to be hurt.
Wincing
You're
every
going to be
Monday.
hurt because he's going to look like he did in year 2.
He's already dropping excuses about, my back's still hurting me. He told the media the other day, my back's still
No,
hurting me.
it's
He
still-
is scared to death. I feel for that kid.
Don't feel for him.
Yeah.
He'll be just fine.
Yeah.
It's April.
Watch.
Talk to me talk to me in July,
Yeah.
early August if his back is still bothering him. But I'm going to tell you who's
That's
gonna-
a big dub right there for
No, it's
the
not.
Patriots.
They're not with it. You know what, Skip? Let's go ahead. You know what? I'm tired of you right now. Let's go ahead and put some dew on it right now.
On what?
Eagles and the Patriots.
Okay, I'll take one case on that one right now.
Right now.
Yeah, I got it.
And I put another case that Wentz stats will be better than Tom Brady.
Oh, please.
I put another case on that.
Interesting one.
You know, all Tom ever does is win, win, win.
Oh no!
don't
Oh,
bet
he had
against
a. What did he do against San Diego? He had this many yards. What did he do against my homeboy in the fourth quarter in overtime? I don't want to hear that. Walk it to him. They're not going to even get to overtime.
Yeah.
Because walk it to him going to take care of business in the first 4 quarters, so it won't get there.
Who has the better receivers, the Eagles or the Patriots?
Hey, well,
Help
that-
me out.
No,
Help me out.
No, don't do that.
Seriously.
No.
Huh?
You said the Patriots. You said Tom Brady could walk out there like moments before kickoff.
He could.
Scan the stands.
He could actually do it in Philly. He could pick 3 Eagles fans.
He's like, where are you from? Oh, you from South? Oh, come on
Southie,
down.
Come on
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
You
yeah.
from Dorchester? It's
Yeah,
okay. Come on in.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
I
I
won't hear
would feel
nobody's
great.
receivers.
Love it. Love it.
I
Love
don't
it.
hear anything about his receivers.
Well,
y'all
again,
gonna catch the L.
I'm going to reserve. I have to see who's healthy. I have to see who the Patriots acquire on draft night that Tom can actually throw to. And if he gets a credible group of receivers, they're going to go 13-3, and one of the big dubs is going to be at Philly.
No. I'll tell you what a big dub will be. A big dub will be the following week when somebody comes to town. I bet that's a big dub. Now let's put some dew on that.
Got it. You got it. I'm good.
That's going to happen.
Oh.
Tom Brady
When
threw
Dallas
for
comes to town?
182 in the fourth quarter against Patrick Mahomes and outgunned him.
No,
Talking
Skip.
about a different one, I
Yeah. I'm talking about
different
November
one.
24th.
Oh, I thought you
That's
meant
the big dub I just you're going to get.
about your
That's the one.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I
that's-
appreciate that case.
No, I don't.
No, you gave me a case.
No, I thought you were talking about Kansas City.
No, I said the game after
I
Philly.
already picked Dallas to lose. I already picked them to lose
you
in
did.
my schedule. I got them losing.
That's your team.
It's not my team.
Oh, Dallas not your team?
I mean, I'm objective about it.
Oh, no.
I don't act like a homer. I said they're going to lose 4 games.
Oh, they're going to lose more than 4.
Well, I got it. I told you what
They're
the
going
score
to
was.
lose by 14.
Huh.
14
14 games.
Points.
Where? At New England?
at New England.
They well could. I mean, Tom Brady's the greatest football player in the history of football. And he's just getting better.
Oh, no.
So Shannon Sharpe has picked New England to go back to the Super Bowl. That's
I
very
didn't. Hold on.
interesting.
Oh my goodness. This is the regular season. So you want me to pick who they're going to play in the divisional and the championship game
You
too?
really
while I'm
think
at it?
somebody's going to go to Foxborough and upset Tom
It's
Brady?
been done before.
It's a long time ago.
Did it
he just
happen?
gets better.
Did it happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was when he was just figuring out how to play.
Oh, he just.
Figuring it
Oh,
out.
after he had gone to like 6 Super Bowls, he needed to figure it out.
Yeah.
Few things to think about. Either way, I just want to play now that the schedules are out. Now we have to wait till September.
And I don't want to know why you're
good
looking
with
over here about cheating. We got the same number.
13-3,
9-7.
Well, it's because you finally saw the light.
Oh, I think we're different on the Cowboys. What do you got for the Cowboys?
12-4.
Oh my goodness, you're so off with that
Come
one.
on.
I mean, you were doing so good. You were doing so
Pittsburgh
good.
13-3. Remember I said this.
We will
thank
not
you.
forget. I'm taking notes. It's been noted.
You know good.
Until
You
we
know good
get
what
to
the
the
Cowboys like going
NFL,
12-4.
we do have the NBA to talk about. And next up, we're moving on. Does Kevin Durant need to play a little better? Was he called out by his head coach
Yes, he
yesterday?
was.
We'll discuss that next. Don't forget, you can check us out every day on the Fox Sports channel. We have so much more to get to. We'll be right back.
No mercy.
Hey everyone, Jenny Taft here, and thank you for listening to the Undisputed podcast. If you like what you hear, then you should subscribe to the First Things First podcast featuring Chris Carter, Nick Wright, and Jenna Wolfe. The First Things First pod breaks down the biggest stories in the world of sports. So if you like the NFL, NBA, college sports, then you're going to like this podcast, the First Things First podcast. The First Things First podcast drops Monday through Friday with a special weekend edition as well. And be sure to catch the show live on TV before us every weekday at 6:30 a.m. Eastern. Now, back to our show.
No mercy.
The Warriors look to bounce back from their game to collapse as the series shifts to LA tonight, and Steve Kerr challenged Kevin Durant to carry more of the scoring load. Durant only took 8 shots Tuesday night and turned it over 9 times as he appeared to be bothered by Patrick Beverley's defense. Kerr called KD the most skilled player on the planet and said he, quote, absolutely needs to be more aggressive. He can get any shot he wants anytime. I want to see him get 20 shots, 30. But Durant didn't exactly agree with his coach. Take a listen.
I'm not going to go out there and just go shoot 20, 30 shots. I don't play like that. So, we were up 30 points. So I had 5 shots. Everybody's shots were kind of evenly distributed around that time when we were up 30. So me taking 2 more shots after that wasn't the reason why we lost. They're playing a gimmick defense, which has been working, top blocking everything on the perimeter. So guys not even looking at the 3-point line. They're just forcing guys inside the 3-point line. So for us, when I get the ball in my spots, I got a pest, Patrick Beverley, who was up underneath me. Well, I could definitely shoot over top and score every time if it's a one-on-one situation. But we got a guy that's dropping and helping, and then we got another guy that's just sitting on me, waiting for me to dribble the basketball. If I put the basketball on the floor, I can probably make 43% of my shots if I shoot them like that. But that's not really going to do nothing for us with the outcome of the game, because we got a nice flow. Everybody touching the rock, everybody shooting and scoring. So I'm not going to get in the way of the game because, I want to have a little back and forth with Patrick Beverley. I'm Kevin Durant. You know who I am. Y'all know who I am.
Yeah, Shannon, you
That's what
know
I'm talking
who
about,
he is.
KD.
You
That's
know who he
it.
is.
I love that part.
Yeah, I'm Kevin Durant. You know me.
You know, Shannon, what is the right strategy here? Is it Durant or is it Kurz?
Here's the thing. You can be aggressive without jacking up 30 shots. I just think Kevin Durant needs to make a decision quicker because what he's doing, Skip, he's getting the ball and he's holding it. See, the double team, when they trap him, you know where it's coming from. It's coming from Draymond's guy or it's coming from the other big. Because I'm definitely not helping off Steph. I'm definitely not helping off Klay. Kevin Durant, in his 3 years in Golden State, he's taken 30 shots 3 times. All of those games occurred, Steph Curry was not playing. So, but you understand, when Steph's there, when Klay's there, and KD, the ball is moving. KD left OKC because he didn't want to play that style of basketball. He didn't want to be in a one-on-one matchup. You shoot 4, next 5 times down, I got the shot. No, he wants the ball to move. They're putting KD in situation. KD, can he pass the ball? Yes. But that's not what he's great at. He's great at scoring the basketball. He just needs to be decisive in his decisions. Go quicker, put pressure on Patrick Beverley, and like you said, don't try to get in a one-on-one matchup because post up Patrick Beverley. Patrick Beverley is 6 foot, so he's already at your waist, KD. So when he bends down, he's on your knees. You're not moving him. So Kevin Durant is right. Kevin Durant said, I'm not going to get into a one-on-one because this is not the blacktop. If he was at the blacktop, Skip, yeah, he could do whatever he wanted to do as one-on-one. But in a free-flowing ball game, the way the Golden State Warriors want to play and like to play, he's going to move the basketball. And like KD said, we were up 31, I took 5 shots. Ain't nobody had a problem with me being aggressive or non-aggressive or shooting 20 times. I love what KD had to say. And watch him come out there and bomb 35 on him tonight.
You think so?
Yeah.
What's he going to do on 8 shots? He's going to score 35
Nah.
points? I don't know how the math works.
No.
Not quite
Kevin-
there.
Can you
Kevin-
make 4-point plays?
Kevin Durant,
yet.
Kevin Durant is not a volume shooter. He's very efficient. He's not James Harden and Russell Westbrook that's going to take 30 shots just cause he can.
Okay. So, first of all, point of order. You have been, for the last 2 days on the show, shaming my man Kevin Durant, the best player on the planet. How could you not score over a 6'1" guy? You got a 6'1" guy and you're 7 feet tall, right?
Don't let me.
And what did I kept telling you?
What you keep telling me?
It's not just Patrick Beverley. You know what they're doing? They're basically playing box and one on Kevin Durant. That's what they're playing.
Yeah.
Because the past is up underneath him, so that bothers him to start with. And then he thinks, should I go by him? Should I rise up? Wait a second. There are 2 guys waiting on me right here. Well, here's what's happening. They are actually playing to what Kevin believes is his new Golden State strength, which is, I share the basketball.
Yeah.
I play beautiful basketball.
He does.
I play unselfish basketball.
Free-flowing.
And you know what? He had 9 turnovers trying to play beautiful basketball because a bunch of his cross-court passes got tipped or intercepted.
Yeah, you know LeBron can do them skip passes.
Big play, Shea. Ooh, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He's just everywhere tipping balls, and they go the other way and score.
And they trap him every time in the pick and roll, too.
Okay, so I got to reemphasize what Steve Kerr said yesterday.
Yeah.
Jenny mentioned it, and Kevin was alluding to it, but this is Steve Kerr yesterday. The guy's the most skilled basketball player on planet Earth. There's nobody who can do what he can do. Period. End of story. I've been trying to tell you that. This is the man.
Okay.
This is the man who's going to change the entire NBA landscape on July 1st. Maybe by staying, maybe by going.
Right.
I don't know because he probably doesn't know at this moment. But when I heard Kevin Durant say yesterday, I'm not going to get in the way of the game because I want to have a little back and forth with Patrick Beverley, my first thought was, stop it. You are the game. You are Golden State. They're going to go as you go or don't go because you can't leave it. Listen, Steph Curry, I love him. He won 2 MVPs, blah, blah. I got all that. But when it's crunch time, playoff time, this is the man who puts them over the top.
Sure.
This was the 2-time Finals MVP. This is the man who took over back-to-back Game 3s in the King's house in Cleveland.
Okay.
This is Kevin Durant. And he's saying, do you know who I am? No, I'm not sure. I think you need to be the man, Kevin Durant.
But hold on. This is the same when they struggled last year it was Steve Kerr and fans alike that says Kevin Durant's playing too much ISO ball. So now you want him to ISO?
I just want him to shoot more. He can't. So during the year, he averaged 13 shots off dribbles in games.
Yes.
Off dribbles, 13 times he would shoot the ball on average per game. So far in these 2 games, it's 8 times. Well, that's 5 fewer shots. You're going to lose. You're going to have a hard time.
Because what is he doing more now? He's posting Patrick Beverly up. He's not catching the ball off the dribble. Skip, okay.
He's just sort of off on the wing. He's just sort of standing out looking for cutters, you know?
How about get the ball in the open in transition? Get him a few dunks, a few layups, and let him pull up on the transition, as opposed to trying to play him in the half-court set, and as he said, a little one-on-one back and forth with Pat Beverly. Okay. How about keep him out of those situations?
All right. All I know is in Kevin Durant's playoff career, he's averaged 29 points a game. In these first 2 games, 22 points a game. Okay. That's a big gap. All I know is that 4 times in his career, Kevin Durant has led the playoffs in average per game scoring.
Wow. Yeah.
Led the playoffs. LeBron has done it 3 times, but Kevin's done it 4 times. So he has to be a little more selfish. I'll use your word. A little more decisive. You just got to go.
Yeah.
Just go. Just go ahead and take 1 dribble and go up and shoot it if you have to get away from the pass, or just rise up and shoot it. He says, well, I could just rise up over Patrick Beverly and make 43% of my shots. I don't know where he just plucked that number out of the air. 43?
Right.
Had he done like second-level analytics
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that?
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know.
Found a way.
But the point is, 43 is pretty good. Like, I would take that.
Well, you got to be really careful because Pat Beverly is really good with his hands, Skip. So he knows you got to
Like
bring
you
the ball.
kick
Yeah,
the ball
he knows
out.
you got to bring the ball up to him.
All right.
Ain't nobody's starting with the shot up here. You got to bring the ball up to get it up there. Pat Beverly knows that. He's really good with his hands. When they bring the ball past half court, Skip, so let's just say for the sake of argument, it's 15 seconds on the clock. Okay.
Yeah.
17 seconds on the clock. Okay, they dump it down to KD. Well, he's holding the ball. So now when he gets ready to make a move, Pat Beverly knocks it away. It's 8 seconds. You got to go do something.
Okay. What did you tell me? What story have you told 29,000 times on this show? Draymond Green walked into the parking lot after losing Game 7 to LeBron James and especially to Kyrie Irving.
Okay,
we'll talk about Kyrie later. But he walked in the parking lot and you said he was crying.
He was crying. He was.
Crying,
Yes.
And he dialed up on his own cell phone, Kevin Durant.
Yes.
Please come help us.
Please help
come
us.
save
Yes.
us. Right?
LeBron did it.
Okay.
LeBron did it
He
to
did
us.
it
We're
to
never
us.
going to be able to beat him again
I think
without
he said
you.
Kyrie did it.
No, he didn't.
Anyway.
He said, KD.
Yeah.
Be a combo.
We never going to be able to beat him again if you don't come.
Him or them?
No, them.
You
We
mean
never
the
going to
guy
be able to
he
beat
just
LeBron.
He just called the B word.
You know what,
He's
Skip?
afraid of that guy?
Yes.
Really?
Why did he call Kevin Durant?
Huh. Well, that's
I
a
mean,
whole
if I
nother
get-
issue. That's a whole nother issue.
If
That's a
I
good
get
point.
into a fight with a guy, I'm not going to go call the guy that I think can beat him up. I need to handle that myself.
Well, maybe Draymond's thinking KD's acting like that right now, like the B word, right?
Well, Draymond need to get some shots.
Okay, but the point was, Draymond called him because they needed it.
Yes.
They're already loaded. They already had the most All-Stars, and they added a 4th All-Star. And you keep telling me, well, they got 4 All-Stars. But the truth is, they only have 1 superstar. I mean,
Steph
superstar.
is a superstar.
Hey, when push comes to shove, this is the man who puts him over the top.
I take it.
Okay? He is 6'3", and listen, you can
Skip,
argue,
the man just had 38 points and 15 rebounds. How many? Only
Game
Russell
1.
Westbrook.
And what did I say? I came right in and sat down and he said, he saved their bacon last night
Yes.
because they weren't very good. And the Clippers, despite 38 and 15, hung in that game.
Yes.
Which is why I said, I kind of like the Clippers in game 2. I didn't think they're going to fall behind by 31.
Well, I got Golden State. I'm gonna give you. You know what? Vegas say, hey, I'm gonna give you 8 points. That's what I do for you.
8 points.
Sorry, I kind of like Golden State tonight to rise up and say, watch this. But then I like the Clippers in game 4. That's what I like.
Well, we got to do on either one.
Okay. All right. I'll take the Clippers in game 4.
Okay.
You know, but I get the points, whatever the points are.
No. You get no.
No, you already offered me the points.
I
I'm
offered you
taking
the points in this
Wait
game.
a second.
Hold on, time
This
out.
one.
Yeah.
I asked you the points in this game.
No, the points will go up after Golden State makes the big statement. And then you know what Golden State's going to do? They're going to go back to the hotels in L.A. saying, this is over.
Relax.
We got this.
Stretch
Let's
it
get
out.
ready. Let's just go on cruise control.
But
we got the Rockets next.
it's amazing
Yeah.
how now let that had been LeBron that was having these type of games.
I know.
Man, Skip Bayless, LeBron, you're LeBron James, you're GOAT. And I hope, GOAT, Jenny, we hold GOATs to the highest standard. That's LeBron bleeping James. That's Kevin bleeping Durant.
It is,
And
I agree.
And his coach got to offer ways.
He says, just shoot. He's telling you to shoot it 30 times.
No, Kevin Durant says,
He said,
Kevin Durant.
This is Steve Kerr. He says, it's the playoffs. He can get any shot he wants anytime. So I want to see him get 20 shots or 30 shots.
No.
Listen, if Kevin Durant takes 30 shots tonight, it won't bother me a bit.
Kevin Durant says, I left a situation in which I could have got as many shots as I like.
Okay, are you Kevin Durant or not? Are you a man or are you a mouse?
He KD.
I want to know.
He KD.
Yeah. Okay.
We all know what he represents. He is supremely skilled.
He is Kevin from
immensely
heaven.
talented.
Kevin from heaven. That's who he is.
That's what he is?
Yeah.
Okay, so that old devil Pat Beverly talking to him.
I guess so.
He got old devil Pat Beverly.
Tempting him.
Yep.
Sure.
Sometimes the
Getting in
devil
there.
gets in your path. You know how that feels. You know.
So much trouble in his way.
I know.
So much trouble.
Yeah.
So can I give you 8 points tonight?
No, I just said I like Golden State to say, watch, we flex muscles tonight.
What about big play
And
shape?
by the way, I think Kevin Durant's going to get his cage rattled a
How
little
many?
bit.
How many points
shots?
KD scores
Or
tonight?
how many points? Yeah.
How many shots?
Both. I kind of want.
I'll go 20 shots.
20 shots.
How many
Yeah.
points?
I'll go 32 points.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's going
Shannon,
to do more than that. He gets 20 shots. He's going to get
do you
more
have
than
an
that.
idea? More.
I'm going to say 35 points.
Okay. I'm not. I don't
He'll
disagree.
be like 4 for 6 from the three. He'll probably be like 9 or 10 from the free throw line.
Okay. I think Golden State wins by 10 tonight. That's what I think.
10 points?
So there's no way I'm taking a bet on this one. Next one, yeah.
But you know who's going to be, you watch now, he hadn't had a sighting in this game, old Clay.
You know what? Clay's been very quiet. for
Clay
two
do.
nights. Yeah.
He do. I mean, it's taking a lot of him. He's been dealing with Lou Will. Now, Lou take it at you.
You know what? Lou's been taking it out of here. Yeah.
Lou take it at
No,
you.
that's true.
So,
Good point.
Okay, we'll see.
Okay.
Clay
This
might
is-
have a big
this
game.
is the
Clay,
night-
I got Clay. Clay going to be the leading scorer tonight. Clay will have 30.
No,
Clay?
it'll be Kevin.
Clay.
Yeah.
Okay, we got another game.
Kevin Durant,
in action
best player on the
tonight.
planet. Thank you.
Just like
Yeah.
quick little side note.
Go ahead.
No mercy.
Sixers are in Brooklyn tonight, but they'll have to deal with the distraction of a scathing report by Chris Sheridan in the New York Daily News. Sheridan reports that Brett Brown has lost the locker room, and earlier this season he invited Bruce Bowen to speak to the team about the culture that made the Spurs so successful, but that backfired, and Joel Embiid challenged him and got into a heated argument with the former Spur. Then drama occurred when Ben Simmons missed a game in March with a, quote, stomach virus, but he was actually hungover. GM Elton Brand reportedly told ownership they need to consider trading Simmons because he's uncoachable and a liability in the playoffs. But the owner said he is untouchable. Shannon, will all this drama derail the Sixers?
Yes. They will never, ever reach that. And I hate using the term never, but they will not reach their maximum potential with these two guys because they're superstars that won nothing and think they know how to win, and they don't. Ben Simmons, Jared Dudley says, you get Ben Simmons in transition, he's great. When you put him in the half-court set, he's not so great. He's average. Now, I don't know if he's average. Maybe he's slightly above average. But, Skip, he is the exact same player he was when he came into the league. He cannot shoot a lick. He's attempted 17 threes. He's missed all of them, but most of his threes come at the end of the shot clock, end of halves, things of that nature, end of quarter possessions. Skip, he can't shoot. Outside of 8 feet, outside of the paint, Ben Simmons is 0%.
I agree.
So he's not getting better. And you know what happens in the playoffs, Skip? The game slows down. They don't let you get up and down. And when they don't let him get up and down, he's mainly down. If this report is true, Skip, how in the hell you get so inebriated? It wasn't like they played like football and you get hung over the night before they got a 1 o'clock game. Hell, they play the next night. So you can't get right. So but it tells me that probably around the shoot-around time.
You're talking about when they're in Orlando.
In Orlando. And I'm like, hell, Orlando, how in the hell you find something to do in Orlando? Ain't nothing but old people and kids in Orlando, Disney. That's it, in retirement homes.
I don't know. Was Kendall on the road with them? I don't know.
See, I ain't going to that.
I don't know.
See,
Well, I don't know.
I thought you ain't know what happened.
I don't know.
Keeping up with the
Yeah, you were not
Kardashians.
in it.
Yeah, I know you do.
You know
But
it all.
Skip, this is unacceptable. If you want to engage in this type of a lifestyle where you want to party and have a great time, you got to show up for work. You got to let my grandma tell my aunts, if y'all want to go out and have a good time, you're taking your ass to church on Sunday. So you can stay out late as you want to on Saturday night, but you're going to church on Sunday. Okay, Skip, you want to stay out and party and have a good time, you're playing the next night. Joel Embiid, bruh. You going to challenge Bruce Bowen? Bruce Bowen, he a couple of years younger than me, Skip. The man come in there, he's trying to.
I know Bruce very well, but I'm not sure what his age is.
I don't think he's older than me.
It does seem odd.
Yeah, I don't think he's older than I am, Skip.
47?
The man comes.
Listen, Bruce Bowen is tough enough to hang in that fight right now,
Skip,
no matter how old
But
he is.
I'm trying to think. A guy is coming to show, and we've had guys come talk to us. When I was in Baltimore, we had Jim Brown come talk to us. We're at the Super Bowl. Joe Frazier, rest his soul, came and talked to us. When I was in Denver, we'd have speakers come in, what it takes, a winning mentality. Brett Brown is trying to say, guys, the culture, the environment that's conducive for winning or that leads to winning is an environment that's have someone that played in that environment and can explain to him. And you're going to challenge the guy, Joel, what have you won? What have you done? Yes, you are the great player, but you don't get it. You squander your talents because you're too heavy. And you miss a game, Skip, he has the type body that he must watch what he eats and continuously work out, or if he doesn't, he missed 2 days of training, he'll gain 5 to 8 pounds.
Yeah.
Because you see how big his bottom is? That's the foundation.
He just got such serious injury issues. He's got back, he's got foot, he's got knee.
Which would lead to him missing time, which leads to him can't train, which leads to his weight going up.
I know, it's like Bill Walton syndrome where you're so tall that your body can't hold your weight as you jump on it.
And even if walking around, it would be a problem.
Yep.
Can you imagine a 300-plus pound man having to get up and down the court 70-plus?
He won't do any cardio at all when he can't practice, and you know the rest of the story. He just goes up.
So no, they're not going to reach their potential. They might get past this round, but they're not going very far. And I'm disappointed because I picked them to represent the East in the NBA Finals.
So did
and
I.
It's not going to happen.
So, my takeaway, and by the way, I know Chris Sheridan, known him for a long time. He's covered this league forever, longer than I have. I'm buying all of this, so I don't doubt a bit of it.
It's good to know.
It feels to me like Ben Simmons is at the eye of this storm. You're right. Joel Embiid deserves some of the criticism, but the bulk of the blame is on this young man, and he's still a very young man.
22, I think.
Quick story. I know one Sixers insider very well. He's very plugged in. He called me before the Embiid draft, and he said, what do you think of Joel? And I said, he's the best player in this draft, and I said it on TV. And he said, well, we've looked into the medical, and it's not a pretty sight. Should we risk it? I said, boy, I would just close my eyes and plunge, because I still think he, after, post LeBron, is the best player in the East, but I can't defend his childish behavior. He's like an overgrown kid sometimes. He just doesn't take it serious. It's almost like the Dwight Howard syndrome.
Right.
He just doesn't take the game seriously enough. You have to have some edge to you.
Right.
You have to have some will. You have to want it worse than your opponent, because that other team's just going to be kicking their butts.
Right.
And watch what starts happening again tonight. This is going to be a battle.
I would not be surprised if the Nets won this series in, say, 6 games.
Okay, so I'm going to finish my story. Thank you very
Yes.
much. But the insider called me 2 years ago, and he said, do you realize our owner thinks Ben Simmons is better than Joel Embiid? And I said, your owner is flat out wrong, because they were in awe of Ben Simmons' talent because it was Magic-esque.
Yes.
But you have to develop some kind of shot. Right. And Chris Sheridan reported that they can't even get him to shoot free throws right because he won't bend his knees. It's like the most elementary, rudimentary.
Right.
Just bend your knees so that you can get a consistent push behind your shot. And he won't even do that. So the conclusion was, according to Chris Sheridan, that Elton Brand is saying, well, we need to trade Ben Simmons because the youngster was simply not coachable and was a regular season player annually exposed in the playoffs. What did Jared Dudley say yesterday? I know Jared Dudley very well because I've done a whole lot of TV with him, and half the time I can't get him to say anything on TV because he is so PC. Well, what did he do yesterday? He took a big shot at Ben Simmons. If he's if you got him going up and down, he's really good.
Sure.
But you get him in the half court, he used the word average.
Right.
Really? Well, listen, Jared Dudley has been around a long time and he
Yeah.
knows exactly what he's
Right.
doing. He is planting a demon seed in Ben Simmons' mind because they think they can get to him psychologically.
Don't
That's
you
what
wish
they just did.
Dudley would have said this after they played him?
Well, okay, but again, I think he thinks it's like gamesmanship to get inside his head.
I agree.
Okay?
I agree.
That's no respect.
But Skip, everybody's like, well, all you're going to do, because that was a knock on Ben Simmons coming out, his inability to shoot the basketball. Oh, man, he work on that. He's going to develop that. Okay. We 3 years in, Skip. He's the exact same shooter today as he was coming out of LSU.
And he has the exact same low motor he had at LSU. When we all sat there watching him saying, do you care at all?
Yes.
You just go stand on the side at LSU and say, you guys do it. And what happened? They not only missed the NCAAs, then they voted as a team not to even go to the NIT.
Right.
That's how big
Because
a mess that was.
because probably like I'm not playing. I'm not playing. I'm not going to
I don't wanna do
NCAAs.
this.
I'm not going to the NIT.
All right, I'm not going to
Skip,
the
this is
NIT.
unacceptable.
All right.
Skip, this is unacceptable, and it's only going to get worse because as he grows in stature, can you imagine? Skip, the dude's in this is only his second year.
Yeah.
So can you imagine year 5, year 6, as he grows and some of the older superstars go away? Well, you got hell on your hands dealing with him.
Yep.
Good luck, Philly. Good luck, Philly, in both fronts because you got two budgeting superstars, and they haven't won anything, but they think they know everything.
They do.
And therein lies your problem. Now, Joel Embiid, I'm gonna give you some advice. You're about 24, 25 years of age, bruh. If you don't get your weight up under control,
Yep.
you're gonna be up out of there because you not go a 360-pound man as big as you are can't get up and down the court.
Yep.
Can't.
I agree.
You can't. He got a simple knee injury, and he's missing 10 games with a simple knee injury.
I don't think it's simple. I really don't.
Yeah, it's not. No, because Skip, can you imagine? You say your knees hurt after you play a game of basketball. You 170. Dude, that way you about 135, 140.
Oh, he's getting big.
Yes.
He's getting really big. So poor Brett Brown has endured all the black clouds of this team,
Yes.
all the terrible days, the process. And you know what? I said before the year started, Luke Walton has inherited the hardest team to coach in the history of basketball because obviously he had LeBron, who can be tough, but he had the Lonzo LeVar factor. And then all of a sudden it's Rondo and JaVale and Lance and Michael Beasley. That's a hard team to coach.
Right.
All of a sudden, Brett Brown's team looks on par with that one because Embiid, Simmons, and then you throw Jimmy Butler into the mix. That's hard.
But here's the thing with the Lakers. LeBron can say, okay, guys, this is what we're going to do.
Yep.
And they'll do it. Okay, who's going to tell Joel Embiid and
there's
Ben
not.
Simmons?
I think Jimmy Butler tries.
Yeah, exactly. And then what had happened when he tried? Joel Embiid gave him pushback.
He did. Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
There's no way. I mean, you think about it. You got a guy with Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris.
And
Only Golden State had a better starting five as far as
you
talent-wise.
mentioned J.J. Redick who can just shoot
Yeah,
the
you're
lights
right,
out.
JJ. But personality-wise, they've got some growing up to do.
They do.
I mean, this feels like a lot.
That's what happens when you
of
got all
changes
them
need
young
to
guys and
happen.
they start having success early, Skip. Can't nobody tell them nothing.
But is that the future of this? I mean, I
Yes.
just want to be having that
League getting younger.
conversation to all these young
They're
guys.
about to do it one and done?
Oh,
Yeah. Because, Skip, you know this. Jenny, you know this. Basketball's always been a star-driven league.
Yeah.
The players control it, not the coaches.
Yeah.
Now, I can imagine. Now, if LT did what he did, but he showed up to play on Sunday.
Yeah. Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor.
You got to earn it first.
You gonna stay out and party? Okay, you gonna stay out and party? Okay, look, I know guys, Skip, we played, we got a Sunday game, and sometimes guys would go out on Thursday and Friday. But we got practice Friday, or we got walkthroughs on Saturday. Don't you have your ass in there talking about, oh, my stomach hurt or my head hurt? That ain't got nothing to do with me. You should have thought about that before you were out. If you want to go party Ben Simmons, have at it. But I expect you to come out there and give me a triple-dub or close to it that night. He's so hungover, he can't even.
That's bad. That's horrible. That's irresponsible.
What are we going to do with that, Skip? And the only thing that's going to get better, huh?
I feel like an old lady
And-
calling him out. You
And
just
yet,
can't do that.
bottom line, that team came out in the third quarter the other night and scored 51 points on a team that was kicking their tail. 51
I got the Nets.
points.
I got the Nets tonight.
Do you really?
Yeah. You want some of that?
But the potential.
I got the Nets
after
tonight.
that-
I got the Nets tonight.
That's-
Straight up, I don't want no points.
Let me
Straight
think
up.
about it.
Okay.
You don't want no points?
I don't want no points. Nothing.
I think I need points.
No,
I'm
no, no,
taking
oh no,
Sixers.
oh no, oh no, oh no.
Huh?
They got Joel
Games at
Embiid.
Brooklyn.
You said he's the best player in the East. Now the
Yeah.
Bron's gone.
Yeah.
They got Ben Simmons,
I'll take the
superstar.
Sixers tonight.
Okay.
Even among all this. Okay.
I will. Well, you just saw what they did just the last third quarter they played, or the whole
Maybe-
second half they played.
Watch
right?
D-Lo.
Something to
Huh?
D-Lo, Dinwiddie, LeVert.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about the group.
No.
Okay, it is
Gerald
clearly
Levert.
D-Lo.
not easy.
Yo, D-Lo.
You trust him now? Okay.
Guys,
On
it's
the
not
basketball
easy.
court, there's no cameras, no cell phones,
Okay.
no
Nothing.
recording devices.
Nothing. We got to be better than that. It's not easy to coach in this league, and I think we're learning that, especially after that report. Does anyone want to coach LeBron or some of those guys other than this guy? We'll discuss next.
No mercy.
The Lakers are still looking for a head coach, and this week they reportedly are interviewing Ty Lue, Monty Williams, and Juwan Howard. But ESPN reports that both Lue and Williams have been told to stay away. Ramona Shelburne said Monty Williams is the favorite for the job, but everyone in the league has told him not to take it. And Lue was told by a close friend, quote, "Don't take the Lakers job. This thing is a mess." Shannon, what does this report tell you?
It tells me that everybody is still upset at the Lakers or Rich Paul and LeBron James for supposedly, allegedly trying to strong-arm the New Orleans Pelicans into trading them Anthony Davis. And everybody is still upset about that, Skip Bayless. Because let me think. This is still the Lakers, right? Is this one of the three most historic franchises in all of pro basketball, Skip?
In name only.
But hold on. Same as the Cowboy, but everybody want to coach. But that's not who we're talking about. No, that's not my turn.
They won a playoff game. What are you talking about? They won 2
It's my turn.
divisions in
It's my
3 years.
turn.
You brought it up.
It's my turn.
It is a bit different.
It's my turn.
It's a little different.
First of all,
How many times have the Lakers made the playoffs in the last 6 years?
I don't know. Skip, it's my turn. Okay. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you, your kindness. As I was saying, hold
Please
on.
continue.
Monty Williams has been out of a job for how long, Skip? And how many people beating down his door?
Well, I mean, he's had a job. He hadn't had coaching. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay, well, he very well could have another job sitting right in his lap because he might get elevated if Brett Brown goes.
Okay,
Yeah,
if that's the case, so be it. Ty Lue is without a job. Last I checked, coaches like to coach, and this is an opportunity. It's normally, I'm gonna, I'll be real. When people give me information, I'm always leery, okay, what's in it for you? Is this a guy that has a job and it's easy for him to say, don't take it? Or is this someone that doesn't have a job that want them to call him so he can get it? So I'm always leery of who's offering me this advice.
Okay.
And Skip, I still believe, I'm gonna go back to my original point. This has everything to do with how the Anthony Davis trade didn't play out. But it was allegedly is that they were trying to strong-arm the Pelicans.
Yes.
Into making this trade. And no front office person, not one front office person around the league had something positive to say if you were to ask them.
Okay.
Because they don't like this. They don't like the players they know the players have the power, but it's like this thing's getting out of hand. So this is what this is about, Skip. Great, I understand that the Lakers have been in turmoil for the last 5-6 years, but this is still a damn good job. And you don't normally get jobs like this, coaching a historic franchise, and even though LeBron James is going into his 17th season, he's still a superstar. And coaches don't normally get these kinds of opportunities for these type of organizations.
Okay, but I ask you.
Yes.
If you're in Ty Lue's shoes right now, and you really know the league, because you've been around the league as a player and a coach, you are looking at a situation in which, if in fact the Lakers are going to go out and hire a president at some point pretty soon, you are now being hired by a man who will not be your boss. Your ultimate boss will be the president, if not the owner.
His ultimate boss is going to be the guy he coached for 4 years, LeBron James.
Okay,
Ultimately, that's his boss.
That could be even worse.
I know, he know what
Thank
he's
you
dealing with.
Thank you for
Ty
saying
Lue
that.
know what he's getting into.
And the other problem is the guy who's now the point person to hire the coach is probably the most disliked and distrusted GM in all of basketball.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, would that not give you cause to pause a little bit? I would. I'd sit back and say, wait a second, can I win in this situation with that kind of hierarchy where I don't even know who my ultimate boss is because they haven't even hired that boss yet?
Well, don't talk to anybody.
Okay, if you're Ty Lue, can you trust, can you take to your personal bank the fact that the Lakers are going to sign another A-list superstar? No, you can't.
No, Skip.
Are you going to take to your bank they're going to pull off the Anthony Davis trade? Because I'm doubting that by the day.
Right.
Okay? Is it possible you're going to have to pretty much move forward as is or as was last year?
Well, they're mad. You know why? Because guess what they told Monty Williams? Anthony Davis likes Monty Williams. He goes to the Lakers. AD says, either trade me there or I'll spend 1 year somewhere, but you're going to get nothing in return because I'm going to bounce. So that's why they're telling Monty. They don't want Monty to take that job because him and old AD Wasn't he there when they drafted AD? Went to the playoffs with AD? He said, okay. That's why they don't want him there, because they got a relationship. Remember, Skip, familiarity. And he's very, very familiar with one AD. And he ends up in the Lakers.
So nobody is more familiar with LeBron James than Ty Lue.
Okay.
He got to coach LeBron through the end of his prime, but I'm sure
Don't
end of his
try
prime.
to slip that in there, Skip Bayless. You think you're slick.
Both of us know
You think you're slick.
So Ty Lue got to watch a lot of TV last year because he was out of a job. So I'll bet he watched a whole bunch of LeBron games.
Yes.
And he probably had some of the same thoughts that scout was quoted anonymously in The Athletic and said, the worst thing in this league is to have an aged superstar who doesn't know it. And he also made the point about Ty Lue. He nearly had a heart attack coaching LeBron before he was aged.
First of all, he wasn't taking his medicine and he was eating too much pork.
Okay. So
he cut the pork out. He don't eat that. He eat chicken, fish. He's pescatarian now. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not. But anyway, he's taking his medicine. He's just fine. But was that the same scout that had the report last year that said LeBron James had lost some lift? Had lost his ability to get to the rim?
They were saying that 5 years ago.
And the one that averaged 34.99 in the playoffs and had 8 40-point games that tied an NBA record? Not that LeBron James. I know they weren't talking about that one.
Well, how about Hollywood Braun, though?
And the Hollywood Braun,
that
guy that averaged 27, 8, and 8.
Yeah.
And nobody, who else did that, Skip?
Who had his worst defensive win shares?
Well, we don't, Skip. Stop that. I just want to know, who else? Did Giannis 24, did he average 27, 8, and 8? James Harden is 29. Did he do that?
Did LeBron James look fully invested to you last year?
He looked fully.
Did he have one foot in and one foot in Hollywood?
He looked hurt to me.
He looked hurt.
Looked hurt.
Okay. So
he got a new documentary coming out too. You see that about the fighting?
Busy guy.
Yeah, he got a fight thing coming out.
every other day there's a new one.
Yeah, he needs to put his boy on something. Let the boy get on something.
You know, he's chasing Michael B. Jordan.
No, he ain't chasing
He's going to catch him.
Stop.
That's the one Michael Jordan he's going to catch.
You know what, Skip? You always got something smart to say about that.
My friend Brian Windhorst wrote a piece for ESPN yesterday
What'd he
called
say?
the Handbook for Coaching LeBron James, and nobody in the media knows of LeBron, and he doesn't know LeBron personally that well, but he's really followed him since middle school. So his first line is, coaching LeBron is challenging, complicated, stressful, public, and often embarrassing as an experience, but he concludes it can often be a wonderful experience also.
It is.
Can be rewarding.
9 times. It's been beautiful.
He also says, LeBron James has mastered the art of influencing decisions without taking ownership of those decisions.
Interesting.
That's tough, man. That's hard to handle because he didn't want any of the blame for it. You take the blame. I'm not going to take the blame.
That's your
for
team.
that, okay? And one of the conclusions here from Brian Windhorst is, like anyone, LeBron does have his character flaws, obviously, and he said his tendency to be passive-aggressive is one that can really challenge the coach because via social media, when he's in the wrong mood, he can take between-the-line shots where you're like, what are we doing?
He don't tweet too much now.
Oh, he doesn't?
He's busy.
I don't know about that.
He's working on his game. He's working on his game, Skip.
Yep. And the other line is, if LeBron doesn't like the game plan, he'll just change it. Well, we all know that.
He should.
I got no problem with it because he's got the highest IQ in basketball.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to be the coach, that's kind of hard to swallow.
But let me ask you a question. If the quarterback don't like to play, what does he do? If it's Tom Brady, if it's Aaron Rodgers. No, hold on. Stop doing that, Skip Bayless. You try to make it seem like only Aaron Rodgers won't like a play. Drew Brees doesn't like a play. He'll change it. Tom Brady doesn't like a play. I remember in the AFC Championship game, Josh McDaniels was trying to get plays in, and Tom Brady's like, no, I got it. Let me take it from here.
What happened in the AFC Championship?
I'm just.
What happened?
Maybe you should.
The Patriots won the game.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers went like, what was it, 6-8-1 or whatever it was? Come on, you can't put them in the same breath.
All I'm saying is when you reach elite status, if there's a play, look, I'm always going to trust the guy that's in the arena more so. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't adhere, but if you think there's something that would work better in this situation, if you're LeBron James or Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to trust your judgment in this situation.
All right. I don't think LeBron wants to be coached because he does coach himself. He takes himself in and out of games when he feels like it. I got no problem with that.
No, he don't take that.
I'm just saying, in the end, the coach is going to take the fall for all this. It's just hard. It's a hard job because he's an all-time great player, highest IQ this side of Magic Johnson that I've ever encountered.
Skip, when you go into it, look, I believe this is what happened. LeBron probably go into the game and say, I'm going to play the first 8 to 10 minutes, or I'm going to play all the first, and then I'm going to start the second quarter, the first 5 minutes. I'm going to start that on the bench. I believe that's what he goes into the game. So when he comes out, it's not a shock. It's not like everybody's like, where's LeBron? They're looking around like, where's LeBron? We've already discussed this.
You know who should coach this team?
Who?
Maverick Carter.
Oh, my goodness.
Why not?
Because he's not qualified
Yes,
to
he
coach.
is.
No, he's
Maverick
not.
really knows basketball. He's a good high school player. He should just, that's pretty much what he does anyway. He just sit on the bench and he and LeBron could talk about it. He could pull.
I know you're trying to be facetious.
I'm
Next,
not.
you're going to say you want Richard to be president of basketball operations, right?
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
But this
I don't think
notion
But you say that tongue in
he
cheek,
doesn't
Skip.
want
Let's
that.
be serious, okay, for just a second. You know Monty Williams is qualified, so is T. Lue. And for someone to say, don't take this job, okay, if the Anthony Davis trade had never came out or gotten out or came to be, would they still feel this way? Probably not.
I don't know.
Because they don't want the other players to set this kind of precedent, to have influence on another organization. They feel LeBron was putting undue pressure on Anthony Davis, and it was influencing what New Orleans done.
Did LeBron James and Rich Paul just burn the bridge to the ground with all those young players that they might have to keep next year? See, what if the young kids just never buy back into LeBron? I don't know.
Well,
You might have to put in a little work there, though,
Yep.
because
they need to put in a little work on their game.
Fair enough.
Don't worry about us. We got this over here. Because we going to still, guess what? Next year, we'll give you another 27, 8, and 8. You buy into your game. You do that.
But the notion that LeBron shouldn't be involved makes zero sense.
Zero
because
sense, Skip.
He is the team. It needs to be a partnership between the next head
Yeah,
coach.
Skip. That would be like them trying to hire you a partner without
just
you
ma-
being involved.
It
You
would
were
make
heavily
sense.
involved.
Everyone has to be
See?
on board. I hope you guys were on board with
I was.
me.
Yeah,
I make mistakes.
Hey, what if that said Shannon?
live and
You don't
learn.
want no part of that old Skip Bayless. Oh, don't touch that
Live
job.
and learn. But we're doing okay. Can Kyrie Irving carry the Celtics to a title? His attitude seemed a little different in his last chat with the media. Chris Broussard answers that question.
No mercy.
Kyrie Irving carried the Celtics to a huge Game 2 win over the Pacers last night. Indiana held a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter as the Celtics supporting cast struggled from the field, but Kyrie took over down the stretch. He made 15 of his 26 shots and finished with 37 points to go along with 7 assists. Boston now heads to Indy up 2-0. We're joined by FS1 NBA analyst Chris Broussard. So, Chris, how far can Kyrie carry these Celtics?
Boston will go out in the second round, 5 or 6 games.
You got Milwaukee taking them out?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Now, that said, the question is how far can he take them? He could take them to the NBA Finals. I've said all season long.
You have.
Right? Milwaukee, Toronto, and Boston are all very close. I would not be shocked if he got them to the NBA Finals. I would be shocked if Philadelphia and anybody below them, Indiana, any of those teams got to the finals. I would not be shocked if Boston did because they are that good. But and when they get beat in the second round, people may say, oh, they went further without Kyrie. Last year, they were better without Kyrie. I don't want to hear that. That's nonsense. They are not better without Kyrie. If they lose in the second round, as I'm predicting, it won't be because he's the problem.
Right.
Okay, last year, they could have lost. People forget. Milwaukee took them 7 games.
Yes.
And that was a Milwaukee team that's not even close to what they are now because Brad Stevens had a huge coaching advantage last year over Milwaukee because Mike Budenholzer wasn't there. Budenholzer is there now. I think the talent of the two teams is very similar, but Giannis is better than Kyrie, even though Kyrie's better in the clutch. But Giannis is a better player overall. And Budenholzer and Stevens is probably a wash. They're both great coach. So they won't have any coaching advantage. And then against Philadelphia last year, they had a huge coaching advantage. So they've either had a talent advantage or a coaching advantage. Like now, they're going to beat Indiana because they have a talent advantage. When they get to Milwaukee, it's going to be even. And so Kyrie is playing great. I think the bright spot of last night, if you're a Celtics fan, is that perhaps, and I do believe this may have happened, the pecking order was finally set. The Celtics' other players finally realized, okay, he's the man.
He is.
Right?
Finally
He's the
realized.
guy. You know, and
they didn't know that. They didn't know that.
I don't think they knew. I don't think they knew. They felt, hey, we got to game 7 with LeBron last year without Kyrie. They fought against it all year. But last night, and he got guys involved. He wasn't just ball hogging. He got guys involved. Tatum was able to get his 26. But when push came to shove, Kyrie showed them why he's Kyrie Irving. And now I think they get it. And also, Marcus Smart's injury, while he's a very good player for them, it does allow Terry Rozier to play more minutes with Kyrie, and that was effective last night. So, look, I like Boston. I like what they have going. I just think Milwaukee will beat them next
Well,
week.
he can take them all the way. He can take them. I agree with you because he and he and Kawhi are the only two guys that's been on the biggest stage, and that's the NBA Finals, Skip. And we know what this guy's done. He's a big shot taker. He's a big shot maker. Game 7, it doesn't get any bigger than that. And he was willing to pull up with 15, 20 seconds on the clock and drain a 3. A lot of guys are like, well, I'm going to try to get to the basket. Like, nah, I'm going to end this right here, right now, because I know I got Braun to back me up. If I miss, he's going to grab that rebound, but that's neither here nor there. Skip, that was a big-time man.
A little different.
Last night, he put everybody in the blender. He was shaking them up, and they got no answer. And like you said, Indiana is just talent deficient.
Right.
If you got Bogdanovich, if you're going to put the ball in his hand, that's going to be the guy down the stretch that's going to win you the ball game. You're going to lose to Boston every time because Boston is supremely talented. I'm surprised that it even got to this point. They were trailing by 7 in game 1, trailing by 11.
Yeah.
So that tells you, okay,
fortunate
Boston,
to win
very, very
yesterday.
fortunate. But Skip, Kyrie is special. There are not 5 guys in the clutch you'd rather have the ball in the NBA right now. 400 players. There are not 5 guys in the clutch you'd rather have the ball in their hands other than Kyrie.
Which is why your man misses Kyrie Irving.
He misses us too. You rather have Jason Tatum or you rather have LeBron? You rather have Al Horford or you rather have LeBron? You rather have Rozier or Jaylen Brown or you rather have LeBron? So don't pretend like it's a one-way street. You missing us too.
The Lakers don't have a closer. He closed again last night. He is special, and that was a special night. So was James Harden, by the way. We're not talking about him, but that was special.
Okay.
But this young man, the show he put on, it was just dazzling. The ball handling, the handle, the lift, the fallaways, just unstoppable. And he's not the biggest man. You know, what do you give him? 6'1", 6'2"?
6'2". But he's like he's not a big man. He's slightly built. But boy,
He's one of the best finishers. As a guard, he might be the best
with
finisher.
either hand at the rim.
Right.
So I sat back last night watching this, and I haven't been able to figure out Kyrie Irving all year long because he has alienated all those kids in that locker room at different points, and they fired back at him, and you're right. He just said, okay, watch this. But I don't know exactly from night to night or interview to interview what I'm going to get from him because, listen, this is my conclusion about him and KD, his new bestie, his new, you know, they're the dynamic duo that could just change the whole landscape of this league on July 1st. But these two together, in all my time watching the NBA, they're the most thin-skinned, unpredictable, mood-swinging, over-emotional, dynamic duo superstars that I've ever seen. And they're the same because they're so volatile from interview to interview, what you're going to get from them.
Yep.
And then, again, another reference to Brian Windhorst, but he reported that after Game 7, 2016, Kyrie had hit the shot of shots, and he goes, according to Brian, went in the locker room, and he's angry about something that nobody could ever figure out, but he was just angry, and he wouldn't celebrate with his teammates, and he ends up FaceTiming Kobe Bryant, LeBron's sort of arch rival.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
Okay.
Well, maybe that moment wasn't what he thought it would be because you remember KD's like, well, you know what, this is it. And maybe Kyrie says, man, I thought it was like the heavens was going to open up and everything, but you want to.
That's unfortunate if that's the case.
Yes.
And they both have, well, KD's alluded to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And maybe it was Kyrie. That's unfortunate.
Then
if
Brian
that's the
Windhorst also said after Game 1 against Indiana, Kyrie had just an okay by his standards game, and the final buzzer goes off, and he runs over and hugs his father and sister, and Brian compared it to Tiger Woods winning this Masters on Sunday. Like it looked like Kyrie had just won the ultimate championship. And it's, what are you doing? You know what? I don't know what he's doing. I can't explain any of it. But I just know that between him and Kevin Durant, the talent is off the charts in both cases, where they are as special as it gets. Those are two of the most unstoppable scorers this league has ever seen, ever.
Yes.
No question.
Yeah.
And they're just so moody, unpredictable, that I have no idea what they're going to do on July 1st, because they probably don't.
Can I ask you a question? If winning a title, the first in the Cavalier history, hitting the shot of shots, playing as well as he played throughout the entirety of those game sevens.
He did.
If you're not happy then, what's going to ever make you happy? Because even if he goes to Kevin Durant's 1-8. Kevin Durant is 1. He might be 1-8, but Kevin Durant's 1.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
what's gonna ultimately make Kyrie happy? Chris, do you know?
It wouldn't be something. It'd be something. It's something you have to deal with inside yourself, outside of basketball.
Right.
So that's what it would be. Like I said, I hope that's not the case. That they aren't. And I'm not saying I get it. It's good that everything doesn't revolve around basketball for them. They have a balanced life. But your basketball, Kyrie, that shot, off the top of my head, I would say that's the second biggest shot in NBA history. The first being Ray Allen's shot.
Wow.
You know, what's the greatest comeback ever?
That Jordan shot at Utah was pretty big. Is that?
It was Game 6, though.
Yeah.
I give you that.
If Ray Allen missed that shot,
might be more iconic, but Kyrie, first championship for Cleveland in 52 years, which might not mean anything to people outside of Ohio.
No, but it was huge.
But in the 3-1 comeback,
I give you that.
you know,
complete that.
73-win team, but whatever the case, to your point about KD and Kyrie, about their sensitivity, and I do agree with you. However, I will say this in their defense. This is an era that we have previous eras of athletes never had to deal with. That's one thing that makes LeBron, for all the passive-aggressive tweets, it's impressive that he's been able to handle it for the most
I'll
part
give you that.
the way he does, right?
I'll give you that.
They are under scrutiny. These types of shows, Jordan never had this.
No.
Yeah.
So we scrutinized Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving on a Tuesday night in Utah, game 57 that doesn't even matter.
Right.
Jordan, we only remember the makes. Magic, we only remember the great moments. But if they had been scrutinized like this, some of those guys
And forget us
may have had
because you have these other social media platforms.
Right.
Everybody get to criticize you. They get to add such and such. You suck.
Right.
So now,
no
The
question.
other thing about Kyrie and KD, they're both deep thinkers to me.
Yes.
They go way deep, second, third level thinkers. Michael Jordan was not a deep thinker. I was around him a lot. He thought he wanted to play basketball and golf in
Yes.
that order, and he wanted to gamble on both.
Yes.
That's
Right.
how he
Yes.
was.
Right.
Like he wanted to bet his life on basketball and any amount of money on golf that you wanted to bet. That's
about
what
it-
he was.
And cards too.
And, yeah,
He loves to
cards.
gamble.
Okay.
So the only thing-
Anything to compete.
Yes.
Just to compete.
Yes.
And that's it. But he didn't think twice.
No.
These kids are always thinking like, what
Well, when it came to
does it
bas-
all mean?
Right.
No, Skip. When it came to basketball, he
That's
wasn't
true.
thinking. I know I'm better than you. I know my team gonna beat yours. And if you bet me, I know I'm gonna take your money.
That was it.
You're right, though.
That was
Skip.
the only.
I agree. The overthinking things, it just makes you look at all the angles and
Yeah.
can make you upset.
What is my life?
Yeah.
How would I be remembered? What is my purpose?
Like KD's explanation yesterday, that was a deep explanation about Patrick Beverly.
It was.
Deep.
oh, I could.
But
be.
I just want to see you just take him to the hole.
Remember,
But it was a
I'm
great explanation.
Kevin Durant.
Oh, yeah, he
And
did
y'all
throw that
know.
in.
But old PBA
I'm
let
He
that
did throw
happen.
that in. That's
Where
our point.
KD
You are Kevin Durant, so take it.
And where he ends up, where Kyrie ends up, that's going to change things. But what about Anthony Davis?
Yeah,
Is there
what
a
about
chance he actually wants to stay in New Orleans?
Yep.
We'll discuss next.
No mercy.
Last week, the Pelicans hired David Griffin as the head of basketball operations, and his first task is to keep Anthony Davis in New Orleans. AD requested a trade earlier this year, but Griffin said he spoke to AD's agent, Rich Paul, and, quote, "We're both excited about what we can potentially build here." Griffin added that he has a great relationship with Clutch Sports, going back to his days with LeBron in Cleveland. Chris Broussard is still with us. And Chris, could you see AD actually wanting to stay in New Orleans?
No.
Not even a little.
Now, look, David Griffin is right to take this approach, and he hasn't sat down with Anthony Davis yet. He's obviously talked to Rich Paul, as he said. and he's taking the right approach. And at your opening press conference, that's what you want to exude, confidence. This is what we're going to do. But here's the money quote. This is the quote everybody needs to look at from David Griffin. You are either all the way in or you are all the way out, and there is no in between. I do believe, I've known Griff for a long time, since he was working in the public relations department in the Phoenix Suns organization. Wow. Okay? He means that. But that also gives him an out for when they do have to trade Anthony Davis. Because here's the fact. Anthony Davis is not going to be all the way in. At best, and I mean at best, what Anthony Davis will tell you is if Griff really gets through to him, you know, barring some super trade, like unrealistic trade where they bring in Damian Lillard or somebody like that, okay? Barring anything unrealistic, Anthony Davis at best will say to Griff, all right, let's see what happens this year. Let's see what you can do this summer, this fall to make us better and see if we can have a great year. At best, that's what he'll give him. But Griff knows, look, the number one thing right now for me to succeed at this job is Anthony Davis. He's my number one asset, ideally as a player long-term in New Orleans. But secondly, if not as a player, then as a trade asset. And that could be that trade could set New Orleans up for future success. If you get Jason Tatum and some draft picks, or you get Zion Williamson, or whatever you get, Griff knows either with Anthony or without him, he is the key to my success. So he cannot afford to say, okay, let's see what happens this season. Because then Anthony Davis can walk at the end of the season.
Nothing.
And even at the trade deadline, by that point, you'll be desperate. And teams will know you got to get rid of him, so we're going to lowball you. So Griff understands. Now, if by chance Anthony Davis said, I'm all the way in, yeah, that's great. But he's not. At best, he's going to be, I'll give you a chance, and we'll see this year. And Griff just can't afford to do that, so I don't think he can keep him.
Any building that's going to take place is going to take place with young pieces that they get from the Anthony Davis trade. It's not going to be with that center stone. That's not going to happen, Skip. He's made it abundantly clear. And I don't think you can have him back. After what's been done, after what he said, you remember he showed up in the shirt, that's all, folks. And they played the guy 20 minutes moving forward. He wanted to play. They said, nah, you ain't want to play with us early in the year. You wanted out. So just what we're going to do. Because they wanted to set him, and the NBA says if you set him and he's healthy, it's $100,000 a game. Oof. Well, they ain't want to pay that, so they played him 20 minutes. Skip, it's over. It's done. He's gone. So, and what was Griff supposed to say? Yeah, we want him thinking all the time. We trade his butt. I'm going to get as much as I possibly can for him. I know he doesn't want to be here. And Skip, he's made it abundantly clear. It's not about money. It's about his legacy. He wants to go somewhere, possibly to an iconic franchise, purple and gold, and compete for a title.
Once upon a time.
That doesn't stop.
Feels like a long
The
time
bridge started on this at AD, New Orleans, and both of them set it on fire. It's over.
What's that big bridge in New Orleans called? I can't remember.
Lake Pontchartrain.
Lake Pontchartrain.
Bridges don't burn that way necessarily.
Yeah, well, he set his end on fire. I set my end on fire. So
the
guess
bridge
what?
is over, right?
Yeah, it's kaput. You know it.
I don't know it. David Griffin is a game changer for New Orleans. He's a life changer for that franchise. And the addition of him, the acquisition of him, went a little under the radar because there was so much else flying around. There was so much negativity coming out of Lakerland that kind of overshadowed a huge nuclear move that New Orleans pulled off to replace Dell Demps with this guy who's highly respected. I think he gained respect on NBA TV with all of his analysis. And all of a sudden, things are going to start to change there because he will have a game plan that he will be able to sell through Rich Paul because he gets along very well with Rich Paul, right? They got along famously in Cleveland.
He don't get along with better with Rich Paul as LeBron get along with Rich Paul.
Okay.
Who you think get along the better, Chris?
So I'm going to remind everyone, just for the record, it's going to cost Anthony Davis about $90 million to leave New Orleans. And if he's good with that, I'm good with it.
He's great with it.
It's a lot of money to stay.
Get it out here in L.A.
And I'm going to remind everybody, Drew Holiday is really good.
I agree.
He is really a good two-way
And really
guard.
stay hurt.
Okay, but when he's right, he's really right. And Julius Randle was a monster this year. And again, they're going to have to keep him. But if they keep him for something, all of a sudden, I still think there'd be one more slot in there. So what if you could get one more superstar?
Skip, you gonna have
what if you could?
Hold on, you gonna have AD on the max contract at 5 years, $250
Yeah, but
or
you get to
$240.
keep him.
Okay, you got Holiday who's on a max. What you think Julius Randle gonna give him a hometown discount? He's
So
gonna
you
get
saying
maxed
this
out.
summer they sign a free agent?
What if they did? Because there's some quirky superstars on the market this time. What if that number 2 up in Toronto just said, you know what, I want to
He
play
ain't
with
going to
Anthony
New Orleans.
Davis. I'm just saying. What if he did?
I mean,
okay, what if he did?
Yeah, if Kawhi Leonard went there, I
Okay.
think they could probably
Okay.
keep him. But
All right,
I just
so
don't see
what
that
if they
happen.
pull that off? Would you not like that? And by the way, they have a lottery pick this time. They do have a lottery pick. I'm just saying, they do. So all of a sudden, you'd be looking at this team like, God.
But
Kawhi-
Skip, this is unrealistic
No,
stuff.
it's
You
not.
know
No, it's
Kawhi
not.
Leonard is not going to New
Okay,
Orleans.
well, I don't know that because who knows what he might
He
do.
didn't want to stay in New Orleans. He didn't want to stay in San Antonio.
Well,
One thing I will
does he want to play alongside Anthony Davis? He
won't play
might.
alongside.
What I will say is this, Skip. I do agree. Look, I look at their roster, and I don't think it's nearly as bad as apparently Anthony Davis thinks.
Yeah, you're right.
I think Julius Randle is pretty good. They traded Mirotic, but I thought he was valuable.
I did too.
They have a problem in their training, and maybe Griff will get rid of that. But their strength and condition, guys are hurt too much.
I know.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, Drew is really good. They shouldn't have let Rondo go, but maybe Griff can get that type of point
Maybe.
guard in. Elfrid Payton was all right when he wasn't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so I hear you on that. Like, I don't look at the roster but as that bad, but AD still wanted to go.
One out.
Like, if AD wanted to stay, they went to the second round of the playoffs 2 years ago with the same batch minus Rajon Rondo, but you brought in Payton to replace him. A 50-game stretch where they went 22 and 28 convinced Anthony Davis, this isn't the place for me. We don't have enough. That tells me he just doesn't want to be there.
Okay. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Is it a New Orleans thing? Does he just not buy into the
I mean,
city?
I love
He
New
might
Orleans.
just
I've been
want
to
a
New
bigger
Orleans.
city,
you know,
or-
them beignets. Ooh, them beignets.
You know what? I love New Orleans. Is it the same
it.
after Katrina? I don't know. Did it lose some of its
It's not
sparkle?
L.A.
It's
It's
not-
not L.A.
Well, okay.
It's not New
Definitely
York.
not LA, but it has a lot of flair.
Yeah, but
Has a lot of
I
Anthony
think
Davis
he
don't care about
does,
flair.
regardless of what he's saying publicly, I think he does want to be in a big market.
Yes.
I really do.
Yes.
Okay.
Whether it's in New York and L.A., I mean, Boston, he's saying he doesn't
What's
want
that
to go
grin
there.
for?
God. At the end of the day, you know what?
You
They
have
don't-
to trade for him. You can't just
But
snap
Chris,
your
you know what
finger.
they did? A lot of people have gone out of their way to put mountains in front of us.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, when it's all clear, he gonna be able to look from New Orleans and see clear to L.A. That's where my destination is.
Okay. David Griffin is not going to get hijacked in some trade.
No,
He's not.
We wasn't trying to hide. We wasn't trying to hide that Dale Demps. He was trying to pull one over on us. Give us 4 first rounders
He
and
was-
yada yada.
He wasn't trying to
He
do
was just
anything
saying,
with
no,
y'all.
no,
right.
no,
He
no.
was like,
Yeah.
look, here's the thing. Griff is, as much as he gets along with Clutch and Rich Paul, he's not going to try to do the Lakers any favors. He is not going to do that. They may have to pull off a 3 or 4 team deal to
make it
get
happen.
Anthony Davis. And right now, who in that front office is capable of doing that? Teams don't want to deal with Rob Pelinka. So
That's
you're
what
going to
Jim-
really be able to put together a 3 or 4 team deal
That's
that
what-
can get other guys in?
That's what Jeannie needs to understand. She keep on
Right.
talking about this Rich Paul and this LeBron and Clutch. You need to worry about that. Magic Johnson laid it out. He said there's a lot of backstabbing, a lot of talking behind that's unnecessary. You need to worry about what you got.
Well, you don't think Anthony's having second thoughts? Like
No.
he's watching the negativity, the fallout, the toxicity, saying, do I really want to live in that?
Yeah, he want to live in it because I think he got a place out here too.
Maybe.
He's got to
So,
at least.
so why would David Griffin say at his opening press conference, Rich Paul is genuinely excited about this situation?
Yes.
Wow. Is that a lie?
Because you know
Is it a lie?
what? No, because he's in a win-win. He's the agent. AD gonna get paid regardless. He stays there. He gets $240. He moves on. He gets $190. So he can't lose. And plus, he's gonna get the shape. He's like, look, I'm telling you where my guy wants to go. Now y'all, listen to me. I'm the captain. My guy wants to go to L.A. Irish. He wants to go to L.A. David Griffin. Now do us this solid, and somewhere down the line, who knows? I might be able to do you a solid. You scratch my back,
Relationships
I'll scratch
matter.
your back. That's how
Rich
business
knows
works.
he has somebody that he has a relationship with now that he can deal with. And you're right, Griff's not going to do him any favors, but if there's a reciprocal favor Rich can do down the line for Griff, maybe that'll happen. Rich is a businessman too.
Yeah.
And he kept that relationship with Dan Gilbert from that letter on to the time they signed LeBron.
And then
so
he's a businessman. And guess who might be up on the Clutch Sports in about a month?
Who?
Number one from Duke.
Oh.
Zion.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you.
So did I.
Zion.
It's like, why are you
Oh,
talking
wait a minute.
about your management?
No. I can't do nothing for Rich.
That is what I was thinking.
I can't do nothing for David Griffin.
Yeah.
But if we might get old Zion, and if you want us to stay there, do us this solid.
We'll just have to see about that one. Chris, thank you for being here. Good stuff as always. And since we're talking about the Lakers being a mess, good for us. We got Michael Rappaport.
Here we go.
And I assume he's going to have plenty to say about it. That's coming up next.
No mercy.
So a week after Magic Johnson stepped down as team president, the Lakers are still looking for a head coach. Two of their top candidates are reportedly Ty Lue and Monty Williams. But ESPN reports that both Lue and Williams have been told to stay away. Ramona Shelburne said Monty Williams is the favorite for the job, but everyone in the league has told him not to take it. And Lue was told by a close friend, quote, "Don't take the Lakers job. This thing is a mess."
A mess.
We're joined by our friend of the show, Michael Rappaport. So good to have you back with us.
It's so good.
You got a smile on your face. We're going to chat with you about the Lakers. How much of a mess are they in right now, Michael?
Well, the sad thing is here we are in April during the playoffs, and we're talking about the Lakers. It's the playoffs, and we're talking about the Lakers.
Not the Knicks.
No. It's playoffs, and here we are talking about the Lakers.
The Lakers?
Because they still got the guy.
It's playoff time. Guys are in Aruba. It's a mess, but listen. Let's cut the shenanigans right now. We all know that Ty Lue has no other opportunities. No one's checking for Ty Lue. We all know how this is going to play itself out. You see, they're not mentioning Mark Jackson, okay? They're throwing Monty Williams in there because he's a class act. He's a veteran around the league.
Yep.
But we all know how this is going to play out. It's going to be Ty Lue. And Jeannie Buss, stop treating this like this is some sort of family business. It's not a donut shop in downtown LA that's been in Los Angeles since 1963.
Like stands, huh?
Like, yeah, this is it. just turn over the keys to LeBron James and let the chips fall where they may, because we know what he wants. We know what he does. You know, and Chris Broussard, who brought sources into the mainstream, I have sources that have told me that LeBron James is looking to possibly coach the team if they don't hire Ty Lue. But in my opinion,
You made that up.
No, I got sources. The thing is just bring him in. Just bring him in. Don't even hire a president of basketball operations. Don't replace Magic Johnson. Just let him do his thing. Maybe have Maverick Carter there. Just to, like give him like a dollar.
I heard that earlier.
And because this is what it's going to be. And no one's telling Ty Lue you shouldn't coach the Lakers. We all know how this is going to play itself out. My friend Shannon Sharpe, what a disaster. What a mess it has turned into. What a shame. You know what? Magic Johnson, he had my guy Magic Johnson crying last week.
No, Jeannie. Jeannie
Buzz
Buzz had him crying.
That's your guy. That's your guy.
Jeannie told him, no, you can't fire Luke. No, you can't fire Rob Pelinka. And you need to start showing up to work. That's what had him crying.
Your guy had
minute.
Magic Johnson crying.
You make it seem like the Lakers won the demolition derby before we got here. We tried to clean this up.
Your guy did it to him, Shannon. That was your guy.
Whoa. Time out for a second.
When goats cry.
Don't do that. Don't do that. That's what we're becoming. Hold on. The previous 5 years before LeBron, when LeBron was going to the finals, the previous 5 years, can you tell the people at home where the Lakers were?
Hang on to those previous 5 years. Hang on to those memories, because it's so over. It's done.
No.
It's done.
But I'm saying you're trying to make it seem like LeBron has been here and all of this is LeBron's fault.
No, but he took it to another level.
It ain't no another level.
I mean, who would have thought that the coaching job of the most storied franchise in the NBA, one of the biggest franchises in all of sports, we have the Knicks, we have the Yankees, the Dallas Cowboys, and the Lakers. These are the biggest. And who would have thought, like, don't touch this?
Right?
to quote the great MC Hammer, can't touch this.
You can touch it because you still got number 23. And as long as you got him,
problem.
no, that's not
He's
the problem.
the problem.
That's not the problem.
He's the problem.
I bet the Knicks are taking right now.
Oh, well, of course we take him
Why?
at a discount.
He's a problem.
At a discount,
Yeah, what
we take him at a
discount?
discount.
Whatever.
Fizdale could control him. Fizdale could control him. At a discount, we take him for a discount. Oh, what a mess it's been. What a mess it's turned into. What a sad state of affairs in Los Angeles.
Enjoy it.
It's April. It's the playoffs, and we talking about the Lakers?
Enjoy it.
The Los Angeles Lakers?
Next year this time, we'll see.
Oh, man. I thought they were going to be in the playoffs.
Me too.
Unfortunately, I don't wish this on any player. It's just going to get worse, Shannon.
I bet it doesn't.
It's going to get worse. No one's coming here in the offseason.
I'm with Michael on this. The obvious fix for this, the obvious fit for this is Ty Lue. But would you wish this upon that poor man?
Yes.
Seriously.
Oh, this is all he
Would
could
you
do, though.
Yeah, but remember, it nearly put him in an early grave in Cleveland when they were riding the highest. They're on their finals bound, and he just nearly crumbled and cratered. He had to take weeks off. He took a sabbatical. He was.
And that's his guy.
That's his guy.
Man, he's coaching JR.
That's his guy, and he drove him nuts. Man, Shannon, how soon we forget.
You know what? Both of you guys, I know what you're trying to do right here.
I'm not trying
You're
to
trying
do
to sow dissension. You're trying to make it, he's going to have to make peace with those young guys that he wanted to ship out. You keep saying, Jeannie Buss, you need to make a decision, and maybe LeBron James needs to go. I see what you two guys are doing. But good thing that she's a very smart businesswoman.
So who did Jeannie Buss put in charge of her coaching search? The most distrusted and disliked GM in all of basketball.
Right.
Rob Pelinka, Kobe's guy. Let's see, Kobe versus LeBron. Wait, so LeBron has to be thinking, Kobe's ex-agent is now running my franchise? Is it LeBron's franchise or is it Pelinka's franchise? And they still haven't hired a president. I think they're supposed to. I don't know. So the man who's going to hire the coach is not going to be the ultimate boss of that coach because he's undetermined yet. He
Same
hasn't been
problem
hired
again.
yet. Okay, way to go. You like that?
Do you like that, Shannon? The man just asked you if you like it.
I like the fact that LeBron James is going into year 17. He's going to have an extra 10 weeks to rest and recover, and he's going to come back in better shape, and he'll be a new and improved. We're going to Wakanda. We might be on our way to Wakanda as we speak. Vibranium. Wakanda forever. Yes.
Vibranium forever, right?
I guarantee.
Does he go to Germany for vibranium?
No.
Wait, what happens in Germany? Is he taking a trip to Germany?
No.
Will he Instagram that?
No.
No, I don't think he will Instagram
We
that.
don't go to
Probably
Germany.
not.
Oh, no.
But anyway, as I'm saying, next year, when we're in the playoffs, I want you to have that energy.
Oh,
I want
will.
you to have no, you won't.
I'll have that broom out.
No, you won't.
I'll have that broom out.
You would come in here because we'll be in the playoffs, and your Knicks won't again for the 15th year in a row.
I'm not going to. You talk about dissension. Talk about dissension. Don't worry about my Knicks. Don't worry about my Knicks.
Yeah,
worry about the fact that Shannon Sharpe, that we have to discuss these guys. They're not relevant. There's so many young
LeBron
stars.
James always going to be relevant.
Oh, they're not relevant right now. There's
Yes,
so
he
many
is.
young stars that are emerging. So many great stars. Look at this. Look at this
Playoffs
NBA
haven't been the same.
Look at this NBA playoffs as a dress rehearsal for life without LeBron.
I mean, and how the ratings? How the ratings doing? How the playoff ratings doing without Bron?
Dissension and a player hater, Shannon Sharpe.
How are the ratings doing without LeBron James?
I don't fact check.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, we'll do that.
He is the drama king.
It don't matter.
There's always drama. I give you that.
And what does drama create? Ratings.
Oh, so we have to just, yes, that's why Jeannie, turn over the keys to the castle. Let them mess 3 years. You just got to deal with it for 3 years. Hopefully his body will keep up with it. Hopefully he won't have to retire early, and I don't wish that on him.
We always had the key. We gave Jeannie a duplicate. So there are 2 keys to the kingdom, but we got one.
I think you got both of them.
We got a key to the kingdom.
Huh.
And we let Jeannie get a duplicate.
So I have to reread an anonymous quote from a scout in The Athletic a couple of weeks back. The worst thing in this league is to have an aged superstar who doesn't know it.
And the worst thing in this league is to have an anonymous source that hadn't won nothing as an executive, thinking he can speak on a superstar, personified.
You mean aging superstar?
Is he still great?
He's pretty good. He's not great. He's not top 5.
You won't bet nothing.
So will you bet?
You want some dew?
Yeah, you want some dew?
He is Skip. Hold on, Skip. Be honest. All objectivity. LeBron James is not a top 5 player.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give
You
you
ought to be
top
ashamed
5.
of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
but he is impossible to coach because he coaches himself.
Yep.
And this whole organization just reeks of dysfunction from the top down. It just seems to be going nowhere slowly. It doesn't have a plan. How many cases of do you want to bet that they will land an A-list superstar this summer?
Is AD A-list?
Well, that
They're not getting hit unless they're not getting
Trade for him.
They
Well,
tried that
y'all
already.
nobody wants to coach. Nobody. LeBron doesn't want to get. Let me ask you a question. Who invests Warren Buffett's money? He invests his own money. And when you LeBron James, you can coach yourself when you get to that level, Skip Bayless.
Okay.
Will he be a top 5 player next year?
Ever.
I doubt it.
Seriously?
Year 17.
I don't care if it's year 18. Put some due on that.
Unfortunately, I feel like the injuries, and I don't wish this on any player, Tom Brady, LeBron James, anybody. I feel like it's just going to be, there's going to be more injuries to come. It's just Mother Nature.
It ain't Mother Nature. Father Time. Mother Nature is, yeah.
It's
well,
Germany?
we get the idea.
You mean it's Germany?
Whoa. I don't like what you're trying to allude
No,
to.
is it Germany?
No.
Because I said Mother Nature, you said it's not Germany.
No.
Okay,
We don't do that.
okay.
God-given.
Okay.
God gifted us.
You brought up vibranium. I did.
I mean neither.
Wakanda film.
Okay. Well, that's fine. That's not God-given.
Yeah, it
Let's
is.
see you do that.
Yes. It's from the earth.
Okay, it is. It's from the earth.
Are you sure you're not
You
trying
know
to
what,
get
y'all?
an
You know
active
what? I've never seen. And I thought he was the biggest LeBron James hater, but he needs to step aside.
I'm
It's
just
you.
Proudly, not a problem. Not a
you.
problem.
It's
Hey,
you.
listen, when people come on this show and they bang on Tom Brady and they can't stand him, and when they banged on Derek Jeter, they can't stand him, it's okay. But with LeBron James, you're haters.
You are.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But why?
But because
How you hate greatness?
Greatness, he causes chaos wherever he goes. He put reminding me about the Ty Lue thing. It's just been chaos. He fired David Blatt. He's done so much.
Ty Lue was not taking his medicine and he was eating too much pork.
What?
Yeah.
How do you know what he was
Heart.
eating, man?
Heart.
Yeah, listen, man. Listen, it's been a mess, and unfortunately, it's going to be.
He didn't fire David Blatt.
Yes, he did. In the darkness of night, like an episode,
He did.
like a bad episode of television. And then I just work here.
Yes, he is.
I just work here.
I'm an employee.
Just a guy.
I'm an employee.
Yeah, listen, man.
I'm not responsible for who comes or goes.
I predicted those guys to be in the Western Conference Finals, and it went awry, and now it's just going to continue getting worse. I am sorry.
You are a year away. You are a year off.
Okay.
Shannon Sharpe.
Yes.
Brian Windhorst column says today, LeBron James has mastered the art of influencing decisions without taking ownership of them. Aha! David Blatt. Don't blame me.
Hold on, Skip.
Don't blame me.
What superstar doesn't do that? Remember, Tom Brady got Jimmy Garoppolo. He didn't say, "Yeah, I had him
Why
traded."
doesn't he talk about this on his show? He likes to speak out, and I love that about LeBron James.
What show?
On his show.
Oh,
Why does he
okay.
say, hey, listen, yeah. Why say, I got him fired because of this, and this. I wanted to get AD fired. I wanted to get AD traded.
We don't talk about us. We got other subjects to talk about.
Oh, yeah, he talks about him when it's patting himself on the back, but not when it's the
What's
bad
wrong with
things.
his hands?
Huh?
What's wrong with his hands?
He said, what are you talking
I
about?
don't need anybody to pat me on
He
my back.
pats
if I got
himself
you.
on the back
He
when it's
should,
only good things.
because people like you won't pat him on the back when it's in order.
But that's why I'm here I'm regulating things.
You ain't regulating nothing.
I'm regulating
No.
things.
You
So
and Skip.
playoffs and we
you
talking
and
this
Skip,
guy?
You and Skip.
Wait a second.
Y'all haters.
What are you talking about? In the games LeBron James started last year, they went 28 and 27.
How many?
How can you defend that?
How
That's the bottom line.
How many of them was he
28
healthy?
and 27.
Healthy. He was
Oh.
fine.
Healthy.
He was fine.
Shannon Sharpe always told me if you step on that
No,
corner
you
of that
don't do
field,
that.
you're healthy.
Don't do that.
Right? No excuses.
You know what I'm talking about.
No
That is
excuses.
true. That is true. But this one could go all day. And guys, I'm sorry. I
You're a
got to wrap
hater.
this up because we have to switch gears. Will the Nets look for payback against Joel Embiid tonight? We'll discuss next.
No mercy.
Were you surprised that you got a technical on the elbow swing through at the end of the second quarter?
I wasn't surprised. I saw the replay, and obviously it wasn't intentional. And I got him pretty good, and I'm sorry about it. But okay. I'm sorry about it. It wasn't intentional, but it's just me trying to be aggressive. I'm not usually humble. That's why he's laughing.
Interesting. That was Joel Embiid kind of apologizing for throwing an elbow at Jared Allen in Game 2, but the Nets were not happy with the play or the apology. One Brooklyn player called it, quote, dirty. Another said Embiid was, quote, disrespectful. And a third said, quote, you're laughing when somebody could have gotten really, really hurt. Michael Rappaport back with us. Michael, whose side are you on here?
I am on the Brooklyn Nets side. All Brooklyn, everything. This guy who's laughing, who was just the other day complaining, almost looked like he was going to shed a tear when his own hometown fans were booing. Mr. Tough Guy, the biggest guy in the league, was upset about a little booing. Now you're laughing because you threw an elbow. I encourage somebody tonight. I'm not a violent person, but maybe Jared Allen, you drop kick him in the chest off the top because he's going to get a bunch of fouls anyway. Maybe make the first one worth it. I encourage all of the New York Knicks fans to go to the Barclays tonight and cheer on this team. It's New York basketball. No blood, no foul, which is an iconic term in basketball. That was created in the borough of Brooklyn. We can get this crowd into the game. This is an identity game. This is the biggest game in the Brooklyn Nets short-lived, short-term franchise. I'm so proud of this team. D'Angelo Russell is somehow, some way, the most improved player in the league. Bring the noise, taunt them, tease Ben Simmons, dare him to shoot. This team is so overhyped. They haven't won anything. The only thing Ben Simmons has won is a Kardashian. How many NBA players have also won Kardashians? Many.
End well a lot
So I don't know why these guys are acting like they're a bunch of prima donnas. And I would taunt Ben Simmons, shoot, like make a big deal, like get this crowd into it. And somebody, listen, it shouldn't be dirty, but it should be Charles Oakley-ish. Somebody should knock Joel Embiid on his butt early in the game and see how he likes it and see what he's made of. Let's see what he's made of. Let's see what he's got. And when the Brooklyn crowd, and they could be very rowdy, or they haven't showed up that much this year, get going, I think it's going to be an exciting game. And I think Brooklyn, if they win this game tonight, they're going to win this series.
I agree with everything you said.
Thank you.
I'm on the Nets side, and the Nets players should be angry. Had I been Jared Allen, Skip, I'd have been laying on the floor. Until the officials came back, I'm laying on the floor. Because there's no way he's getting a flagrant 2. He's getting up out the game. Hey, they're going to bring a wheelchair. They're going to bring the paramedics.
Oh, you sold it more.
Oh, yeah. Because he popped up too quick, Skip. I'm going to lay down there for a minute. But to throw an elbow like that, Skip, and then to up there keep telling me I'm not normally humble, and you thought it was funny. Really? But don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. I tell you what, I promise you, I'm going to get him back exactly the way he got me. And I'm going to try to do some, hey, he going to the dentist tonight.
Okay, interesting.
I'm all for it.
I am not all for it, and I disagree with everything both of you just said, and I'm going to defend Joel Embiid.
How?
What? Defend him?
The truth was, if you carefully analyze what he was trying to do, he was actually, for the first time in his life, trying to be humble. He was trying to genuinely apologize, and his teammates started laughing, and it made him laugh. And he said, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not usually this humble. Well, it was a first for him.
Jump shooting Ben was trying.
Yeah, that made him laugh. He started first. Ben Simmons started laughing first.
You know why he laughed? Because in the locker room, he said, yeah, I got him good. I tried to clean his clock. I tried to clear space.
Well, you know what?
I know what was said.
You know what? I am sick and tired of happy-go-lucky Joel Embiid. I don't want silly, I don't really care Joel Embiid. I want Joel Embiid to take this dead seriously. And if he'd sat up there and said, yeah, I gave him a shot and I got him good, deal with it, it would have been fine with me because that's the side of this big potential monster I want to see. I like the Sixers. I don't have any ties to Brooklyn like you do or to anything New York. And so I got that. And I'm happy for them that they're on the rise.
Yeah, we did it on purpose.
They did. They are well coached and they are well managed. So they're on the rise. They'll get nothing but better. But this team has monstrous potential. This team scored 51 in the third quarter the other night because they came out of the locker room and they just said, that's enough of this. You're done, Brooklyn, on this night. Now, will it be changed tonight? I don't know.
Can we get a case of do?
We already got a case of do.
Another one.
I took.
They're gonna put it on. They're gonna put it on Joel Embiid for doing that on purpose.
You know what? It may work in reverse because that story was so damaging to the interior of this team, to the unity of this team. I'm talking about the Chris Sheridan article. You may get a reverse psychology going on here where the Sixers come out and say, we're sick and tired of all this negativity about us because we're better than that.
You brought
We're
it on
gonna show
yourself.
you.
Yep.
Skip, you can't elbow the man in the face. At least some contrition.
Yeah.
Get up there and say, man, hey,
I think Ben Simmons is going to say, watch this tonight.
Watch what? By laying it up and dunking it? He sure ain't going to say, watch this by shooting the ball.
Yeah, taunt him. Every time he gets the ball at half court, shoot,
right.
shoot.
Skip, stop.
I think you're barking up the wrong
I'll bark
tree
up the
tonight.
right tree.
I have a suggestion for the Brooklyn fans also. When Ben Simmons has the ball, just start shouting, Kendall,
Okay.
Kendall. I'm
sure
talking,
they'll
let's
try.
go,
Good.
Brooklyn. Let's go.
I can't believe you, Skip. You know that man hit that
know
man
what?
in the face. For,
Jared Allen has no shot defending this guy. You
no.
saw it the
He's
other
done a
night.
good job. He's
why-
done a solid
you're,
job.
You're right, Skip. So
No
why
shot.
would he have to clear space and
No
elbow him in the
shot.
face?
Because he was just saying, watch this. That's what he's saying. I'm better than you. Get out of my way.
Jared Allen should
Yeah.
swing on him.
Yeah. Tonight's
Okay,
going to be a
good.
big game.
Swing on it.
No, don't swing him. Wait till you get to, with like 4 minutes left in the game when you're about to close him out and hit him with a three-piece combo.
Damari Carroll, one of those, or the guy that Ben Simmons disrespectfully called that kid, the Latvian leftover, however you say, I can't say his name, no disrespect. Somebody needs to take a shot at somebody.
Okay.
It's Brooklyn. No
Yeah.
blood, no
No,
foul.
Jimmy Butler's a tough guy, and he's
Yeah.
going to rise and shine tonight.
Oh, I
He's
worry
a
about
man
that.
alone, though.
Yeah.
He plays for
Okay.
himself. I love him, but he plays for
Hey,
himself.
J.J. Redick's a tough guy. He's been there and done all this before. He's made big shots in
We'll
big
see
games.
tonight.
That elbow was unnecessary.
Okay. Well, maybe it was a message.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I
Like,
don't want
get
you to know.
out of
I just
our
want you to
way.
know I received it.
Yeah,
And I got
okay.
another one. I'm about to email you back.
So I don't flip on my picks because I picked the Sixers to go all the way in the East, and you did too, but you have completely turned on your team. As usual, you have jumped on the wrong bandwagon at the wrong time.
Nets. Let's go
Good
Nets.
luck.
You picked the Sixers still
Yeah.
to make it out of the East?
I do.
Wow.
Even after that report.
Because that guy you were just crushing is the best player in the East. That's who he is. He can do it all.
When he's in shape and not injured.
Well, we'll see.
And it's the playoffs, and he doesn't look like he's in shape.
He looked pretty good in the third quarter.
Everybody
51.
looked good. Everybody looked good, Skip. They missed 7 shots, 18 to
Do you know how hard
25.
it is to score 51 in a
Yeah.
quarter? Because nobody's ever done it before.
They
in that
tied the record.
franchise. Yeah.
But hold on. 18 to 25, 4 of 6. I mean, what do you expect?
Okay. I expect more of the same.
Nets
That's
got
what I
this.
expect.
I expect my quesadilla to be sitting up here tomorrow when I write. Like that commercial.
Oh, wait a second. After you owe me 35 cases of do it and I don't get it, and then you expect me
Tomorrow?
to pay off after one case?
like you said, the commercial.
What?
When I come in and flip the light on, I need to see a case of dew sitting in that chair.
Did I see my, 10-liter bottle or whatever?
2
it
liter.
is, 2 liter bottle?
yeah.
Did I see it sitting here on whatever
Skip,
morning?
no, you should not even want that. Down 31.
I had the Clippers for
He had
one
the Clippers
bottle.
to
of
team.
Really
beer.
proud.
This
Well,
guy
you had
owes
a
me
feeling.
$100 from the 2017 finals. We made a bet
Really?
when we were in
$100?
Cleveland. Yeah, $100. We made it. It's on television. Like there's
Shannon.
clips of it. It's on YouTube. $100
Better
cash.
than that.
Shannon's like,
Pay the guy.
so?
Yeah.
So-
You stop buying.
Let me ask you a question. You want a Joel Embiid elbow?
No, I don't want one. I don't want one. I don't want a Shannon Sharpe one either.
Yeah. By the way, he owes me $1 billion on top of all that due. $1 billion.
I only owe you 9 cases of due right now.
Okay, all right.
I paid off.
You have.
But I'm gonna get it all back.
At least
When you come back at the end of football season, I will be up 9 cases of due. I'll be clear to deck with him and up 9.
I just want my money, man. I don't know what you're talking about. I want my 100 spot, man. I got bills to pay. I got gas to fill up.
I gotta pull the tape and make sure I can have some evidence.
You sure
to
I owe
help
you
you
$100?
out, Michael?
Yeah.
Let's get you your money. Thank you for being here. Always a good time. Let's go back to the NFL. Are the Browns going to win the AFC North? We've been talking a lot about it. We'll tell you more next.
No mercy.
The NFL schedule was released last night, and a big focus will be on the two favorites in the AFC North, the Browns and Steelers. Cleveland has 4 primetime games this season, including a Thursday night game against the Steelers in November on Fox. And Pittsburgh opens the season with a Sunday night game in New England. And Shannon, now that the schedule is out, who will have the better record?
I'm gonna say the Browns because I'm looking at the first 10 games of the Steelers. Man, New England, Seattle, Baltimore, the Chargers, the Colts, the Rams, and at Cleveland. I mean, even at San Francisco, we don't know how Jimmy G's gonna come back. Cincinnati, but Skip, that first 10 game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. is a monster. So I'm gonna take the Browns. Looking at their schedule, and it's they play a lot of some of the same teams, but I just think early on, I think Cleveland can get out to a good start and put the pressure on Pittsburgh. So I'm gonna say the Browns will have the better record.
I can't tell you how upside down I see this. I think the Browns are going to get off to an awful start. I think they're going to crumble under early pressure with a first-time head coach and expectations, thanks to you, through the roof, through the sky, because I think they're going to lose their opener to the Tennessee Titans. I think the pressure on them, the build-up through training camp, the NFL, the center of the NFL universe is now the Cleveland Browns. And the Titans have had a history under Vrabel of going into places and upsetting teams like my Cowboys on Monday Night Football last year, 28-14. I may
Like
never
your
get over
Patriots?
it. Okay. All right.
You might never get over it.
Yeah, I might. I might never get over it. So I say Tennessee wins the opener at Cleveland, and I say they're going to lose to the Rams, at the Ravens, and at the 49ers on a Monday night, and just get off to, and then obviously at Patriots on October 27th. So that's a 3-5 start. Then Kareem Hunt comes back, and they start to take shape and take off. And they will finish 9-7. I'm hoping for 10-6 because I love me some Baker Mayfield, but I'm just afraid the defense will not be able to live up to Baker Mayfield.
So what do you have the Steelers record at?
13-3. I am completely upside down. You said, oh, what a first tough 10 games.
Yeah.
I got them going 9-1 to start off because they're going to be the shock team of the NFL, fueled by the shots taken at them from the distance by Antonio Brown and that guy up with the Jets now, that guy named Le'Veon.
I guarantee you, in the first 10 games, they don't win 9 of them. I'm saying the best
They're
case.
going to lose to your team, the Chargers. That's all. They're going to lose.
No, they're going
at
to lose
the
to New England.
Chargers.
Lose to New England.
Huh?
Lose to New England.
They're going to upset.
They're going to
New
lose to New England.
Upset
they're going
New
to lose
England
to
in
Indy,
the opener.
and they're going to lose to the Rams.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll be 5-4.
Sorry.
5-4. Skip 9 games. 5-4.
I'm sorry. I got them losing to one of the two Cleveland games, and then they'll lose to the Ravens at the end. They'll go 13-3. Well, got it. And you're going to lose more dew because this has got dew splashed all over it.
I don't know. Steelers look at 8-8ish.
Yeah, really?
Yep.
So they added Mark Barron and Steven Nelson on defense. That'll only help them. And on offense, they are still loaded, and they have cleared the decks of Antonio Brown and Le'Veon, the two troublemakers on the team.
Stop
it. They both brought negativity to the locker room. They were always an issue. There are no more issues. This team will be the most motivated team in the NFL. Ben Roethlisberger is my early shot at MVP. And again, Juju he just made the Pro Bowl last year, right?
Skip, we need to see what can he be, what will he be without AB.
Okay.
Because AB took all the heat. AB took the number one corner.
Yep.
AB got the double team. Now Juju is about to get that.
As Jenny knows, James Washington is a stud.
He is.
And again, he had his rookie issues last year with Ben, but he's going to rise and shine. He can run past people.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, he'll be another one of those Pittsburgh receivers they drafted where you say, how did they know that? There's another star. And they added a veteran receiver in Dante Moncrief, and they still got little Ryan Switzer, and they still got little Eli Rogers, and they still got that big old Vance McDonald at tight end. And listen, James Conner is, I know he's not quite Le'Veon, but he's really good. And Jalen Samuels just ran wild on New England last year. They got firepower. They got one of the better offensive lines in football, if not the best.
Okay.
So, again, look at how much Cleveland lost on defense. You don't want to focus on that at all. They lost their coordinator, Greg Williams. That's a huge loss.
But you say they finished at the bottom tier as far as yards allowed.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Okay.
can they improve on that?
Okay. The defense?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't like Sheldon Richardson. That's like subtraction by addition. That's what Sheldon Richardson is.
No.
Yes, it is.
And he'll help Myles Garrett. And then they got Olivier Vernon. They got the Kurtzy and Schobert in the middle.
Okay.
Like it.
Jabril Peppers, gone. It's just not, they weren't that good last year, and they had to give up Kevin Zeitler, their best offensive lineman, to get
And
this
Ward.
back.
Denzel Ward.
Okay. I love Denzel Ward. Is it enough?
Yeah,
No.
they got more than enough.
You bark up the wrong
They got
tree.
more than
Here you
enough,
go.
and we got dew on it, so I'll be swimming. I would be drunk.
swimming.
I would be drunk. I might be hung up on dew. I won't be able to make work one morning.
That's way too much sugar.
I'll be
for you.
hung up on dew.
Oh, I guess it's not.
Ah,
Too
well
much
done.
sugar. Yeah, I could see you swimming.
I could be eyes red.
All eyes are going to be on.
Look at that young lady here.
We don't need any of that. Please. We have to deal with enough as it is, Shannon. So stay away.
Skip, you know, good. First of all, you got the Patriots at 14-2, and I might buy that. But the Steelers at 13-3, the Cowboys at 12-4.
Yep, I got it. If you can't stand the heat, you better get into the kitchens, right?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Old Freddie. Old Freddie kitchen.
Working. I really
Someone's in
appreciate
the
it.
kitchens.
You're
in
smart around
Cleveland.
here. How about this? Should the Warriors be on upset alert against the
Nope.
Clippers tonight? We'll discuss next.
No mercy.
Time for our final topic of the day. Tonight at Staples, it's Game 3 between the Warriors and Clippers. Golden State blew a 31-point lead in Game 2, and the series is now tied. But the Warriors are still an 8.5-point favorite tonight. Shannon,
Yep.
who you got? Who wins?
Warriors. Game 2 was a wake-up call. Get 31-point lead, and they collapse. That was on them. Give the Clippers credit. They kept fighting, and they found a way to claw their way back into the ball game. But that will not happen tonight. Game 2 was a wake-up call.
Okay.
Watch this. Smash down.
I agree. This will be the night that Kevin Durant says, I'm Kevin Durant, and he will force the issue, and the Warriors will rise up and put the Clippers back in their place, at least for one night. Then they will suffer, are we there yet syndrome, and they will drop their guard for Game 4. So I got Clippers in Game 4, but I do not have the Clippers tonight. I got the Warriors by 10.
What do you got?
I got the Warriors winning Game 3 and Game 4.
Really?
Because we got a case of do on Game 4.
We just
You
might.
did just
Ain't no just Mike, because the game is
Well, it's
for
not
Sunday.
here yet.
It's
not here
Sunday.
yet. Well, we got a show tomorrow.
No. Oh,
Do we have a show
Yeah, we
tomorrow?
got a show.
We
I'm
the
You gonna
British
coming.
show up tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Oh,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
It all depends on if I could get a case of do. I'll call you tonight. See if you
Oh, yeah.
give me a case of do bet.
Okay. This is the night that the Warriors will flex their muscles because they need to show everyone they're still the Warriors. But
Clay gonna have a big game.
yeah, you know what? He has been a no-show for 2
Clay
games.
gonna have a
I
big
would
game.
agree. I think they'll all have big games. I think the Clippers will hang in and they will not get embarrassed tonight. They'll just lose by 10 on the home floor. But they will not be discouraged by it.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I'm looking for Clay to have a monster night.
Yeah.
Something like 8 to 9 threes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be watching, and I hope you do show up tomorrow.
No mercy.
Thanks for listening to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm Jenny Taft. Join us again at the same time tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern. We'll see you then.
Fox Sports. One of one.